Let's see here. Hey guys, I see you. Hang on. I'm going to adjust my settings here just a little bit. Wait, Bill. Hang on. One moment, please. Hey, Kenny. I answered your email, Kenny. Thank you. Hey, Branson, Limo, Norma. Hey, Julie Topaz. Hey, Janet. Happy Monday, everybody. Hey, Tina, Mindy Mitz, Glenda, Alicia. Anybody else I missed? Heather, Elaine. Thanks, everybody, for being here on our Monday. I'm going to spend a little bit of time, I think, finishing this up. Let me zoom. I'm going to spend a little time finishing this. Hey, Pacola, Rachel, Inga, Alicia, Annie. Hi, guys. Hey, Azure. I'm get a sip of juice here. Sometimes getting my voice started in the morning is better with a cold juice than a hot coffee. Although I have both. Oh, is there? Okay. I'll go find it. Thanks, everybody, for being here. I can, now that I'm already live because we don't have that little pre-chat time anymore. Hey, Faithful, we don't have that little pre-chat time anymore where it's off air. So all the good mornings are on the air too, which that's fine. I don't have any bracelets or anything on this morning. I did well to get my nails. It was a busy weekend. We had a family get together. Hi, Terry. Welcome back. We missed you last week. I love seeing all the pictures with your BFF and all your places that you went. Where does she live normally? I mean, was where you live totally different for her, Terry? And speaking of Terry, she's back. So wait a minute. We got to give her the right welcome here. Hang on. Terry knows. Oh, wait. I got to turn this up. There we go. Welcome back, Terry. Yeah, I bet you are tired. Welcome back. Hey, Sammy. Good to see you. Darla, Lynette. I'm sure I'm missing some people. You look away and the whole chat screen's different. I try to catch everybody. Susan. Thanks. Hey, Scoops. Hey, Miss Nobody Owens. What a name. Bethany. Hey, Tina. Thanks, everybody, for being here. I found a whole bunch of new people to follow from my last show. I scrolled through the chat from the last show, and I probably followed about 10 new people. Hey, Dr. Dot. I followed probably about 10 new people that I found. Hi, Shy. So, yeah. Hey, Artistic Breeze. See, like that. I don't know. I think I know Artistic Breeze. I'll have to go find her later. Sounds good. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this camera and mic for as long as it's working. It seems to be working. My levels are locked, and but I could still be talking loud. I mean, there is that. let's not kid ourselves, people. I talk loud. So, yeah. So I hope everybody's had a good weekend, doing well. Like I said, we were busy with family stuff um, and lots of stuff going. I'm a busy person, people. Yeah, you only see me a couple, 2, 3 days a week, but I do have a lot going on. I did work squeezed in a little bit more of my animals. I don't know if you follow me on social media, but I'm working on now. This is just sketched, but I got some sketches. I think I'm going to make most of them, not all of them. Is Eileen here? I'm going to show a flamingo. Eileen, flamingo warning coming up. I'm just sketched these out, but I did I stuck. You remember I cut her out. I went ahead and just tacked her down to another piece of paper just so I could draw the headphones, the earbuds. Hey, Melody, hope you had a good weekend. Good to see you. Hey, Kay Moore. Anybody else coming in? Thanks for being here. So I did finish her. And what I'll do is I'll put it in Procreate and I'll draw because I'm going to put them in space. Remember, they're all going to be in space. Well, I mean, I can do other things with them too, but initially I want them in space. They're going to have headphones and for, phone covers. So it looks like YouTube is starting a rolling out or I guess it's already been in beta a while, but I got an email talking about that they're gonna have a place for you to sell your stuff through YouTube. Now I haven't researched it yet, but I think essentially what it looks like is you can link your Redbubble. I don't know what all companies are going to be attached to it. So I think if you are selling through one of these places already, you can attach it. I was busy all weekend, so I haven't had a chance to research it yet. So if any of y'all have any information on it, leave me a comment or leave me or talk about it here. So and then the little emu again, when I put him in Procreate, I will add out extra little hairs and things. I'm gonna cut it out, and so anyway, then there's gonna be a little kangaroo, and of course I don't know about him. We just drew him one day. Here we go. Janet, wouldn't this look good on Eileen's rose gold iPhone? It would look awesome on a rose gold. Rose gold. And I don't know if I'll put a little phone down here or what yet. I'm not sure. You'll buy it for her, Janet? Oh my gosh. She'd probably throw it away. So, you probably, maybe she would, yeah, extra long earbud cord. Yeah. And then I'm going to have the little otter, and then he's going to have the shell, and then his earbuds will be attached to the shell. And then, of course, we can have earbud cords running all through the jellyfish. And I haven't done any more, guys, but, I just kind of doodled on a couple of these. He's really not in the series. I did these right here. I played with these. I finished these. And, got him. Maybe I'll work on him today. And, yeah. I got a weasel and a meerkat in here. Where's the meerkat? Got a snake, a parrot, penguin. That's going to be cute with earbuds. A meerkat. Meerkat will have earbuds, and then I'll have him holding the phone or something. The lizard, a lemur, a rabbit. So I got lots of them. I don't know about the ladybug. Maybe we'll just attach them all together or something. So yeah, so I'm working on it slowly, but that's a third sub project, So I'm working on lots of other stuff too. What would you say? I mean, for real excited. I know, Terry, and I want to do the other ones. I want to add earbuds to my posters. Now, those will be really reduced, so we'll see how those translate. But I mean, what do I have on a card? Yeah, here. So here's one of my. This is one of my. What do you call it? Cards for that I give away. And anyway, his ear has to be cut off. If I want to do a phone case, see, it's going to be kind of like that. And then I'll have to put earbuds in them. What I'll do is take a picture over more so his ears are all the way in. To make this little card, this postcard, and to get the moon in there, I had to cut off one of his ears. I mean, I could shrink it down even more and then, have him and then the earbuds. So, yeah. I'll put one of these in my book to remind me. Okay, so yeah, I know everybody loves the peace sloth. I think that's Terry. That's one Terry wants. The peace sloth. So we see a copy yesterday. Oh, good. Yes, Karen. I know Serene is fun, isn't it? I love Serene. We're gonna finish this. I think we're gonna finish this. Leaning toward the eagles I made, like in space. There we go. Kind of flash now. I just printed these out on myself just see what they would look like. Here's the whoops, goes this way. So they're going to all be in space, but got to put them all in Procreate and doodle with them and dilly dally and whatnot in them. So, I need something for my phone. Well, don't like look. Let me just say, Shy. Terry's been waiting 3 years, so let's be patient, people. Terry's been waiting 3 years. Oh, so we'll see. Yeah, I know. Me too, Julie Topaz. That's one of my favorite. Hi, Elizabeth. I'm sure I'm missing Katrina. Let's see who else I'm missing. Mary. Hey, Button, Muffy. Thanks everybody for being there. And if I don't say hi to you, remember, if you want to talk to me, put it in caps, guys. And I still might, hey, Suze, and I still might miss you. So it's not that it's, chat goes fast. I try to, say hi to everybody. Patience grasshopper. Not to do a grasshopper. Oh my gosh. A little karate grasshopper, Julie Topaz. Because that's from isn't that from no, it's not from Mr. Miyagi. Isn't it from what was a karate show in the 70s with Keith Carradine? What was that? With Keith Carradine. Somebody will help me out here. Hey, Tan. No, not Kung Fu Panda. No, not Karate Kid. It was just called Kung Fu. Yeah. Patience Grasshopper. Patience grasshopper. I don't know. Maybe Mr. Miyagi said it too, but I don't remember in Karate Kid. But I do remember it in. What are you bringing me here?
I want to show you what I found this morning.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Okay, thank you. Hubster was showing me some toys the cats were playing with. So Mr. Miyagi did say it. He said it before Kung Fu in the 70s. Maybe. Started again. We're coloring in Serene. I showed these last week. Some of the other ones I've either finished or are almost finished with. This one's done. This one I've got to finish her. The wings. I want to finish. She's shaded here. It's only like I think it's two blues and white. That's all I'm using. And then this one I need to finish her headdress. And this one's done. This one's done. So we're going to continue to work on, and this is Nick Filbert. You know what? Last week I think I said he was Indian, but I don't think he's Indian. He's not Malaysian. I don't remember what country he's from. There's his real name, but he goes by Nick Filbert. if you follow him on social media. I'm sure somebody can tell me what country he's from. He's Indonesian. Thank you, Melody. Yeah, he's Indonesian. I just wanted to correct that because I thought I said he was Indian, from India, but he's Indonesian. Thank you. Thanks, Melody. Thanks, guys. So we're going to continue in this. And it did curl just a little. It's okay. That comes, you can make it smooth out. It's not like wrinkle. It just needs to be kind of uncurled. What is the name of the marble book you have? I don't remember, Colleen. I don't remember, Katrina. I don't even know where it is at the moment, so I can't really go dig it out. Let me just get the juice here. Somebody else might know, but I don't remember the name. Is it Fantasia? No, is it Fantasia? No, Fantasia? I'm not sure. Oh, the marble book. You mean the marbles? Oh, I thought you were talking about the artist. Okay, the marble book. Here we go. This one. Thanks, Terry. I already linked to put a link in there that quick. I'm sorry. I thought you meant the is it Maribel, the artist, the color book, Maribel. Anyway, this is the marble book. Sorry, guys. But what did I get? Okay, I did get a couple things at the bookstore when we stopped by. What did I get? Well, this one's sitting here, so I know this one. This one here. Hi, Lisa. Good to see you. Hi, Elizabeth. Anybody else I missed? So I did get this one. And I did get, I told y'all I didn't get the Flow magazine, but I did. I broke down and I've already started cutting stuff out. So, but I did break down. Sorry, I can't really show it to you, but I did get the Daphne's Diary, the newest issue. And these are printed in UK, so they're a little more, well, I don't know. 14, that's less than some. It's less than Flow. Flow's more expensive. But I've already started taking things out, guys. So, sorry. But I did get that. What else have I been doing? I got to finish my Ken and his daughter. I got to finish that. I still have to finish. This is the piece I'm working on for Kieran Connolly, the abandoned guy, the abandoned author, I should say. The abandoned guy. He's abandoned. For Kieran Connolly, I actually took it out of the book, and this is I'm gonna send this to him when I finish it. So I'm working on this one. What else am I working on? I did base coat a bunch of cardstock for a project to draw on these. What else did I do this weekend? And we had a family picnic, and I've been helping somebody with the color book, how to color online. And I think that's, that's what I've been working on. So, hi, Joan. So, Lynette, anybody else I'm missing? Thanks for being here, guys. Let me go ahead and zoom in a little. Let me go over here so I can see where I'm zooming. We'll go up to that. I think that looks pretty good right there. We'll go to there because I want to be able to see the whole piece while I'm working on the background. Okay. Yes, I know, Button. Okay, so okay, so I went ahead and finished the background like I said I was going to do, so you didn't have to watch me do that, and finish the seaweed. I haven't done anything else to the girl since last week. So what I want to do, I got all my same pencils that I'm using. I'm using the polychromos. That's what I'm using on top of acrylic paint. We had acrylic paint washes and no water in the blue, the teal color, which was, let me put this, peacock teal. And I just use these Americana craft paints. And Thank you, Pacola. Pacola's putting in my times. I stream every Monday and Wednesday and the occasional Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern, and live here on YouTube. So, okay. So I did me a little test right here, what I want to do. So this section right here, I did work on, just so I knew where I was going, so I could continue to work on it today. So the next thing I want to do, now that the seaweed is done, is I'm going to go ahead and start, and remember, this is acrylic paint, so pencil will go right over it really easy. And these are some kind of water droplets, I'm guessing. That's probably part seaweed, but I'm going to go ahead and just, so I'm going to start with just doing all of these little dots, whatever they were supposed to be. Nick didn't tell me what they were. He leaves it up to us to decide. Okay, Joe, that's what I do too. It's busy up there, Shy. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and do these all real quick. And I'm assuming they're glowing water bubbles. That's in my mind, they're glowing water bubbles. Water bubbles that are kind of like if a firefly was inside of them, or some electronic water bubbles. And some of them aren't round. I'm going to make them so. Lynette's doing a pastel background with Derwent pencils. It's a messy business. Yeah, I know. I mean, I love the way a lot of the girls can do some awesome pastel backgrounds. I just don't. A couple of things. I don't like the dryness of any chalky stuff. And the other thing is, I don't use fixatives. I don't like fixatives. I don't use fixatives. Yeah. So just going to go around all of them first before I go on to the next little phase. So I'm going to get this background done real quick, and then we'll go on to the girl. I'll show you how I'm going to end up with the background. Hi, Living and Learning with Suze. Hey, Artistic Breeze. Anybody else? So, but that's kind of what I imagine these to be. There's some kind of electronic or magnetic glowing, some kind of glowing bubbles under the sea that gives light. Kicked yourself out? I can't. I'm laughing, Dot, but hey, I've done it. So I'm there with you. I can't tell you how many times I've kicked myself out of a chat. Okay. So I'm going to do all these. I'm going to splatter some like foam or some other things in there too. They could be stars, but stars can be underwater. Let me tell you. Okay, this one right here, it's kind of big. I think what I need to do on that was just paint it a little bigger because it's not round at all. So let's just go ahead and make this one just a little rounder. And then I'll go around it. Hey, Lori in Montana, Robin. Thanks everybody for being here. Hey, Ann, how you doing? I watched some of your show. I fast forwarded through it, but I did watch it. I watched your show where you talked about you didn't get up, you slept, I guess you weren't feeling well, but you slept until like late and then you got up and streamed. Was that yesterday? I wasn't there live, but I watched Memorex. Hey, Painty Girl. Hey, Amanda. Darla. Anybody else? That's what happened? Okay. And that's your story and you're sticking to it? Okay. So now I got all those dots except that one. Now it looks like a little something else, but we'll see. All right. So I'll just leave that one while it's drying. So the next thing I want to do, let me sharpen my pencil again. I keep my little bowl and my sharpener just right here so that it's handy. Okay. So then what I want to do is in between, I want to make this seaweed look like it's moving. So Maybe I should go ahead and start with the light color. Maybe the light color. Do I want to do the light color first? I don't know that's going to matter. White will be fine. So I'm just going to kind of do little swirls. And I'm just kind of going right over the top, right around, because I'm going to add paint to it too. So I'm just kind of swirling, just kind of making, foamy white swirls. It doesn't have to be every one, because I'm going to add paint in here in a minute too. So, but just to get some movement on the in the background. So it's just kind of swirling around. No particular order, just kind of making sure there's a lot of kind of foamy bits, or where the seaweed's moving through the water, it makes it move. So something like that. So you can see we've gone from like this to that. Good afternoon in the UK. Yes, anybody in the UK? And then we have a lot of girls from Oz, which would be 10 o'clock at night in Oz, I think. Right, Heather? Aren't y'all 13 hours ahead? I always miss Jen Oz's shows. I don't know why. Her times just never meet up with me. I guess I'm just doing other things or something. Jen Oz visited me a couple, I guess going on a year ago. How long ago was Jen and Squiz in the States? Janet, do you remember when they were here? So then I want a few just little, just some pencil lines like. It's 11, so you're 14 hours ahead. Well, where you are, right? I mean, would it be maybe 12 to 14 hours, depending on where y'all are in Oz? It was April a year ago. Okay. So a year and a month, or 2 months. Gosh, it's almost July. I can't even believe it. Can't even believe how fast. But, we're coming up into fall and school supplies and, what do you call it? Projects, holiday projects. Got lots of stuff fun to do. Hi, Shirley's coloring every day. And hi, Dee Dee, and fellow coloring addicts. Everybody got a grip on their pencils. Good one, Shirley. I know, me too, Anne. I love me some school supply. Love me some school supply time. And because, you can get those school supplies for really, really inexpensive. Although my Staples closed. My Staples closed down. So I'd have to either go to a different Staples, which there's more than, those other ones around. Office, I don't know if it's Office Depot or Office Max that I have. Or, any of the superstores. They got tons. Walmart, Target, they all have tons. So one of the things that I used to do for boo holders, maybe some pretty pencils, but she used to decorate her locker in junior high, fur lined and little shells. I used to do all that stuff. No, not anymore. So yes, new school supplies. Oh, Peggy. Now, Peggy, I have a box of 90, was it 94, 92 or 94 that I don't use. And I also have the snip box to sniff, and I have bags of broken crayons. Bags of broken crayons. Kids that come over, or when the kids were littler, stuff like that. But we love our new school supplies. All right, so there we go. We got a few swirls. I hope the lighting's good. So, it does flash out just a little, but I look back at the video, and for some reason, like as the day went on, I think it's because when the sun moves over, I'm just kind of flattening it out. As the sun moves over the house, the video got darker and darker. So I've got to kind of watch that. Make sure I keep it a little on the light side. I'd rather have it a little on the light side than a little on the dark side. So, as the sun moves over my house, it got darker and darker. And by the end of the 4 hours, we were like, it was pretty dark there at the end, but that's okay. We're learning new settings, all that. So again, if y'all want to ask me anything or talk to me, put it in caps. That's kind of a streamer's thing. If you put it in caps, we know you're talking to the streamer. You're not yelling at us. You have crayons that are 30 years old, 10. Okay, all right, Ann. You take care. Thanks for stopping in. Take care of your family, which I know you do. Hi, Lisa, Amanda, anybody else? Thanks for everybody for stopping in as you can. I never expect anyone to, well, my mods usually hang around with me, but they don't even have to hang out if they have things to do too. So, but I appreciate anybody that stays any length of time. And I appreciate anybody lurking. Thanks for lurking. Yeah, oh yeah, there are. Hey, Rosalind. There's quite a few people from Australia, Heather. I mean, they're not necessarily all here right now. Hi, Teresa. Thanks, everybody. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for being here. Who else do I see? Okay, weird guy. Oh, no, it's weird girl. Weird girl, Janie. Hi, weird girl. I know, guys, if you're watching this, recording, it's a chat show. It's a chat show while we art. So fast forward past all the parts you don't want to see or listen to. Hi, Paula Wood. Hey, Susan. Good to see you. How's everything down in Florida? And so I talk to people as we art. So, oh, thanks, Lisa. You watch my videos for years. Thank you. Yeah, we just moved over to YouTube Live. What's a week and a half, 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago, we just moved over to YouTube Live because Ustream is no longer going to have free um, uh, streaming, and I can't blame them. It's we were over there for 8 years, so they had their issues, but they're moving on to more. They stream NASA. So, but so they started, the minimum streaming time is $99. I mean, cost is $99 a month. That's minimum. So, YouTube Live has made it easy for those of us that are already doing YouTube, has made it easy to do Ustream Live. It's really easy, guys. And so because of that, we're all moving over here. Thanks, guys. All right. So let's see. So the next thing I wanted to do is I think I'll go ahead since I put that let me put just a little bit more white paint out and maybe a little bit of water on the side here. Some white paint and a side of water. A water chaser. It's great, Artistic Breeze. But the only thing I have to compare it to is being on YouTube for so many years. I mean, Ustream for so many years. So I have never done Twitch. I mean, I follow a lot of people on Twitch. I watch Twitch, but I'm already partnered with YouTube, so I might as well come where I'm partnered already. So that's what Plus, it's easy now. It's easy. So, I mean, you still have to learn the settings, and I did switch cameras. So there's, things that I still have to learn. A lot of people have helped. We're all helping each other. Those of us that are, coming over here or anybody new, we all try to help each other. Yeah, water chaser. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of get watered down paint here. And what I want to do is I want to do some more defined swirls. Okay, I'm going to have to add a little bit more water. I got 2 water down. It's not showing up. So I'm going to just kind of do some kind of like extra dark water swirls right over the top of everything. Now, don't try to do this step. And that's what I tell y'all if you're doing mist, fog, anything, watery like that. Don't put that down until after you've colored everything underneath, because you don't want to have to try to pencil around this. You don't want to have to try to pencil around your swirls, your mist, or anything like that. But it's watered down just enough so it's still translucent. Can y'all see that? And so you still see the coloring underneath of it. A little bit more paint in there. And if it's not dark enough, then you can add another layer. I'm just going to add a swirl, like a little bit of a swirl around each one there, so you kind of see. You listen at work, love the laughter. Some days I really need. Oh, thanks, Mary. Yeah, we all feel that way on all our streamers. We all try to have a fun. We all try to have fun and enjoy. Whoops, that's a little too much. Enjoy each other's company, laughing, chatting, and all that. So we're here for you. We're here for you, Mary. Let's just get a little bit more water. Let's see how dark that's going. It's a little dark. Let me add a little more water. Don't want to get it too dark. But I just want a few little extra swirls coming through. And everybody here is really welcoming. They really are. I mean, you just got to kind of, understand we chat moves fast. We're not ignoring you. We're not, just got to give everybody time to get to know you. Some of us have known each other for 8 years. And so it's not that we're it's not clicky here. It's just that you got to give everybody time to get to know you. Thanks, Artistic Breeze. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. Now what I want to do, that little one right there, I got to go around. I'm going to add a few spackles, splatters, if you will. Can add a few splatters, and then we'll work on the girl. Okay, so let me get a more fluffy brush, something a little floppier. Let's get a floppier brush. And by floppy, this is just one of the Chinese calligraphy brushes that are real soft hairs so that it'll flick. You're not rude, Julie. All right, so now I'm going to take and add a little bit more water to that white. And do this carefully. I usually tap it off first on the plate. See there, the big splatters there. And then I don't really want it on her. I'm just going to kind of cover her up with my hand and just do a few splatters here. If it gets on her, like right there, just kind of wipe it off while it's wet. Once it's dry, though, there's, you can't get it off when it's dry. So I'm going to do that. You turn it upside down, so I'm right here next to this side. And okay. All right. Any splatters I got on her, I'm going to kind of, she would actually be behind the splatters, but I don't want to color around splatters. You could always do her, color her all in and put splatters on top of her too, because she would be behind the splatters. Hey, Sandra. Oh, welcome from Germany. Thanks for being here. Yes, I'm using I went from the Logitech 920 to the 930. I had both of them. And on Ustream, I was using the 930, but it doesn't have light lock. The 930 does not have light lock. So everybody uses the Logitech C920 because it has light lock. That being said, for whatever reason, it was crackling. My 920 was crackling, and it could have been that I just didn't have my levels locked in actually on my computer. or it could have been something in the camera itself. So I just went ahead and plugged in the 930 that I've had for the same amount of time as the 920, and it's all working fine. As long as I don't move too quick and the light, zooms, does that. So for now, what we're doing now, if I do a face-to-face, I'll say this when I do it. Let me get a baby wipe. When I go to do a face-to-face or work on the Cameo or something like show the studio or something like that, I'm not sure how the light's if the light lock is going to be an issue. I don't know. We'll test that out too. So, yeah. But they're just webcams. I mean, 920 you can get for 60. I mean, it could even be cheaper now. I think I paid 65 for the 920 and 125 for the 930. But that was a few years ago. It could be less, I don't know. I haven't looked at prices. But most of the girls, I think, use the 920. And I did too. So, all right, sip of juice here. I got my cold juice, keep my voice going. I got my coffee here too. Okay, I'm going to hit this with the heat gun, guys, so I don't smear. And it does take a minute for these dots to dry because they're a little, they're thicker. They're sitting on top of the. You saw the 920 for 41 and the 930 for 78 on Amazon. Thanks, Painty Girl. Yeah, see, the prices dropped dramatically then since, I got them a few years ago. And you can also stream from your phone. And a lot of people stream from their phone. And then if you want, you could always, let's see, let me get a little darker teal color. Let's see, let me get one out of my pack here. Maybe, I'm not sure which one of these two. I had a little piece of scratch paper here. I don't know, maybe I threw it away. Did I throw it away? I had a piece of scratch paper. Here we go. I don't know which one of these is closer to the teal. I want to think that one. That's too blue. Yeah. Let's see, what about this one? No, they're so similar. I don't think it really matters. But I'm going to take the, and I told you all the names of the colors on the last video that I use. I'll try to say what they are at least once, when I'm using them. Cobalt turquoise. Let's see how this works. So if you want a little bit of extra dark in here, you could just add a little bit of extra, depth on top. Again, I'm going on top of acrylic paint here, and the acrylic paint color was peacock teal, the background. Hey, Barb W. You probably should have done this step before the splatter, but I'm not adding a whole lot, just a little bit in there. But I am having to kind of go around the splatters. But it just gives it a little more oomph, a little bit more something, something. And I'm just kind of spot darkening. And I just talk my process out. It's really not a color along per se, although I have done a couple of those where we've done like step by step, use this color, shade this, do that, like the Oh Dear, the Bennett Klein Oh Dear. I think that was 14 parts. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to do any more 14 parts. So I just kind of talk out what I'm doing, my process, and I'm just talking out what I'm doing. And so you can hear, know what the process is and what I'm using. But I'm not going to tell you every color every time I pick up another color. Now I'm going to use. See, I already forgot the name of this one. Cobalt turquoise. Yeah, That doesn't make it fun for me. And half the show has to be fun for me. It has to be fun for you, but it has to be fun for me too. Um, you have peacock teal. So fun when we have the same supplies. Hey Prisma, how you doing? Good to see you. She's a little poet. She's a little rhymer. She's fun. Now I see there's a couple places here that are still not dry, so I'm gonna be careful not to smear that. Some of the dots. But very, very few of my shows. I mean, I might say, okay, I'm going to do collage today. I'm going to do a color book today, or I'm going to work in Serene today. But I don't plan any of this out. I pretty much do everything with you guys. I pick the colors. I, do collage, mixed media, cut things out, work in the art journal, whatever we're doing. It's pretty much on the fly. Really, once you start using the Prisma, we can tell what color you are using. Yeah, and all the other pencils, my Holbees, my Polys, my Lumies, I'm not that as familiar with them. So when I'm picking through my, here's just mine. Let me move this over here. When I'm picking, I did kind of reorganize my little tray here. And again, this is not all my Prismas. These are just the ones I use all the time. So if I say, okay, I need some more pinks or purples, then, or whatever. Let's see, some more, or grays. Here we go. I need some more grays. I'll pick up my gray bundle. These are my dark gray, light grays, and I also have a bundle of dark grays. So if I need more colors, they're all right here in my little foam core build that I built. They're all right here, so I can just reach for them. But these are the colors like I use all the time. So I keep them here. And I did separate them out. They get all mixed up. When I'm working on a project, I throw the pencils back in. And then every now and then I'll go back through and put my yellow, oranges, and greens, blues. And not that they go together, but that there's only so many little compartments. So I put my yellows, oranges, and greens together, blues, pinks, purples, and reds, and then all my neutrals. And these are just all kinds of little bits of black and whites. Some of these blenders that I never use. Although, like I said before, like here's a Prisma blender. It's not even sharpened. I did find that so far of any blenders, if you are going to use a blender, the Derwent blender, there's a Derwent blender and there's a Derwent something else. What's that other one called? Burnisher. See, the Derwent to me works better than the Prismacolor blender, but I don't use blenders. I mean, I've tried a few times just to show y'all that we can do them. Do you download all? Oh, nope, sorry, I missed that. Hang on, let me scroll back. Dee Dee and Fibs, do you download all your videos offline asking for a friend who has trouble deleting her videos? No, I did when there was a time in Ustream where Ustream said, because we used to keep all our videos there. Now remember, I've got about 900 videos on YouTube now, because I've only been uploading to YouTube for about 5 years. And I had another, almost 8 years on Ustream. So about 3 years never got uploaded to YouTube. But anyway, at one point, Ustream said, okay, you're going to have limited storage now. Instead of having, all your videos archived, you're only going to keep a certain amount of, megabytes or whatever, and a certain amount of, or a certain amount of time. So we all scrambled, and they gave us a month. They gave us 1 month. So we scrambled. I went out and bought me an external hard drive, downloaded all my videos, because we're going to lose them all. Now, personally, I don't really care if they got lost. I mean, I do care. I mean, I don't mean that I totally don't care. But everything's on YouTube. If YouTube went away, I would probably try to download some of my ones I wanted to keep but when I was on Ustream, I started just download to get them to YouTube. Everybody was having a lot of issues doing the direct load. I mean, it was smooth for a while, and we direct loaded from Ustream to YouTube, but then it started getting real iffy. So I started downloading all my videos to my computer and then uploading them to YouTube. And it was quick. I got to say, it's not like if you were doing a video on YouTube, if you did before live, if you were doing a 3-hour video on YouTube and you wanted to upload it from a camera, You'd be there a week probably. I don't know. There's no way. So I would download them to my computer and then upload them to YouTube, and it would be less than an hour for a 3-hour video. So yeah, the great rush to save videos on short notice. Yeah, and we're all trying to help each other save videos and all that. So anyway, that being said, do I keep all my videos on my computer? No. I have a few, and if I wanted to, I would save them, but no, I don't. They're on YouTube. If YouTube went away and took all my content with them, I'll make new content. We'll just, start over somewhere else. I mean, I wouldn't want to lose them because I want everybody, to be able to watch them. But now that we have, the other thing about Ustream, see, we never had HD over there. We all had HD cameras, but we weren't for free. You could not have HD. So we were just recording in, good quality, but it wasn't HD. So for me, one of the best things about YouTube Live, other than the ease of streaming on YouTube Live, and I would suggest y'all give it a try. It's really, there's so few things compared to, learning Ustream or Twitch or, compared to, and learning OBS. But now granted, if you do have OBS or Manicam or some of the other, broadcasting supplements, which you don't need on YouTube Live. If you have some of those other things, there are extra things you can do with those programs, picture in picture, multi-camera. I can't do all that with just plain live. I mean, without any extra software. And Jean uses Manicam. She's on a Mac. And so, there's benefits to using those other programs. Yeah, you don't need Prisma. So it's really easy to broadcast live on YouTube now. You can do it from your phone. You can just, it's all but plugging in your camera and saying hit live. I've never have edited my videos, except once in a while I've had to go back and edit out someone's address I accidentally showed or something like that. But I've never edited any of my live shows. They go straight up as they are. There's no editing, no speeding up, no, like I said, except unless I had to do something like, cut out an address or, edit something out or something like that. But otherwise, what you see here is what we're doing. And it'll be, and I'm just going to put it up on YouTube just as it is. And I do allow the chat. That's another benefit of YouTube is you can keep the chat. You can keep it or not keep it. I decided to keep the chat. So everybody can go back while they're watching the recording, can also read the chat. Yeah, it's not hard, Limo. And if you ever wanted to do live, we would all be there to help you. Seriously, we all help each other. We all help each other get crack-a-lackin'. Thanks, Simply Art. So I'm loving it. Just to, say, I am loving the YouTube Live. Now, it wasn't always that easy just to plug your camera in and go. You used to have OBS and some, I don't even know what else. There was other things that you had to, a little bit more involved. But now it's really not hard at all. You select your camera. You have to make sure to put in your title. And just click go, and it takes you a screenshot at the beginning. I usually change my thumbnails, not always, but I usually change my thumbnails from the ones they picked after the video processes. And on a long video, like 3 hours or more with the chat showing, I will say this because I've had people say, "Oh my gosh, my," because I did the same thing on my first one, and Mary told me, so I chilled a little. It was processing, and my first couple videos I saw, it takes about an hour to fully process. Until it fully processes the live recording, it only showed like an hour and a half of my video because the chat. Apparently, when you do a long video and the chat, it might take an hour or so to process. So if you watch this video immediately, or you watch a live recording immediately after I've gone live and say, hit done, and it saves it automatically. It may take an hour or maybe even a little more. I think it depends on how long your video is. Mine are about 3 to 4 hours to fully process. And you can see it in your video, in your Creator Studio. It'll say processing, but you'll see only an hour and a half or so at first. So you don't panic if you say, oh my gosh, my video was 3-4 hours and I only see an hour of it there. It's still processing. Because I've had people go, Dee Dee, I only see an hour of your show. Well, it's still processing. Let it finish processing. Give it an hour or two, and the whole thing shows up. Okay, so I'm going to leave that as my background there. Okay. So now let's see what we can do on the girl. So we did start with the, I guess I could go ahead and zoom in a little bit further. I got to move it over where I can see it in back of my camera settings. There we go. Okay. And it's a little it looks a little on the light side to me, but again, I don't want the video to go too dark. Like I thought that it went a little too dark at the end of last week's video. Okay, Sammy. Okay. You don't have your phone charger. Okay. So there's some answers to that. And again, guys, if you watch my shows or most of the art group here, we're chatty. It's a chat show. It's a chat and color and chat and mixed media, chat and collage. So it's a little all of it. And anybody in there can pipe in, and that's what I like about the chat and being seen now. See, we weren't able to keep the chat before on Ustream. So or upload the chat. So now you can see the chat. So if I'm answering someone's question and somebody expounds on it, someone has more knowledge about YouTube Live or whatever the chat is about, you can read the chat and see other people's answers as well. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to, we got the darks in here, and I'm going to go up here and put some of the darks. So let me tell you the colors that I was using. I'll remove the greens because now we're done with the seaweed. So the other colors I picked, and I'll probably pick more, but so far, other than now my white Prisma, I use white Prisma no matter what. To me, there's nothing better than a white Prisma. I've tried all the whites. We've done tests. We've done white comparisons. We've done, all kinds of pencil comparisons and all that. Nothing beats a white Prisma, in my opinion. Don't email me. Thanks, Katrina. Okay, so I'm using the violet. Is that? Yeah, violet, dark carmine, and dark red. Those are the colors that I picked so far. I'll put away the flesh color here for a minute. So on something like this small, it's a pretty small, it's not like a big face like, let me get the book back here. It's not like doing a huge face and a lot of hair like this, where I need a lot of colors, and again, a lot of this was done with marker. A lot of it was done with Copic. I'm not using any markers on the piece we're doing today, but so you might need a lot of different shades of yellow, orange, and red, and a lot of, because it's big, you got more real estate to color in, so you need more variation in color. But for me, and this is just me, when I'm doing something that's this small, like the seaweed, I had 3 greens. That's all I needed for the outfit here. 3 reds. You got a light, medium, and a dark. That's just the way I roll. Oh, thanks, Prisma. You're just nice. You just love me, Prisma. That's why you're so sweet. I mean, that's why you say such nice things. You're so sweet. Okay. So the same thing that I did down here with all the very dark, I'm going to take the violet. I think it's the violet. Yeah, the violet. And now I'm going to get in here and shade. I'll try to keep my hand back from the pencil so that I'm not like, if I get in here like this, you're not going to be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm trying to hold the pencil back so you can see what I'm coloring. And a lot of the little details, I'm going to have gold. So maybe I don't know. I hate to zoom in too much and get it pixelated. I don't want my picture pixelated. We don't want no pixelation. No pixelation. What do you use for the red? You mean the base coat? The base coat is a wash. It was a wash of cherry red. That's what this is right here, just a wash of cherry red. Now I'm going to go on top of it and get the very darks in first. And I might end up going back with, even something darker if I need to. But, this is tiny. Look, this area is not much bigger than my finger. I'm just, zoomed in. Thanks for the question. You're so sweet, Prisma. Okay, so now I'm just going to do some shade. Again, I'm going to try to keep my hand back here. I'm just picking out some of the darks. And, I don't really have a formula for, okay, now you got to use the darks first, and then you got to use it. I really don't have any formula. It's kind of like I just look at what I think it needs. But I do talk it out. I tell you everything I'm doing, but I don't really have a color pencil formula. I get people asking me all the time, what colors do you use on your faces? Well, it depends on the color of the person. Like here's the one I'm working on now. I'll show it again. Here's the one I'm working on with Ken and Tammy, his daughter. And this just all I've got in here so far is a little bit of acrylic base for her hair, white acrylic paint for the clothes. And then, and some white acrylic paint in his hair. The rest, all I have so far is white pencil. White pencil is all I have here other than the eyes. I started putting the blue in their eyes. But that's all I've got so far. Everything else you see here, all the different shades, that's all just the paper. That's just the tone tan paper. Oh, I think I have a little bit of brown in there, but yeah. But the faces themselves. So I can't tell you, okay, we're going to use number so-and-so color, whatever, because I look at the photo of them. I look at the photo of the skin color and I pick my colors, whether it's undertoned of blue, green, an undertone of whatever, I pick those colors. But that's how I start out this is how a beginning, here's all my notes. Not on this, that's my notes on on the live show. This is how I start out my, portraits. This is how I start my portraits. Is I sketch them out and I'll do like maybe some areas in the hair and the clothes that are some acrylic paint, but the rest is all pencil. This is all pencil. And I start with white to find so I don't lose the highlights. So yeah. And then I'll start shading. So I got to get crack-a-lacking on that. That's for Ken's birthday. His birthday's in July. I got to get crack-a-lacking. Okay, so let's go ahead and get back up here and add some more darks. All right, now I'm going to go in. What I did here down here too, where's my white? Is see how I picked out the highs? Now they're probably not going to stay this white, although I do want some sheen to her clothes. So I'm going to go in here. Let me sharpen. Hey Becky, anybody else popping in? I said hi to Katrina. And y'all are welcome to share projects y'all working on, challenges, whatever tags that other people are doing. You can share other people's stuff. You can't post links. Only mods can post links. But you're welcome to, anybody here, of course, has a YouTube channel. If you go to the end of their name, you'll see 3 little dots. Click on the 3 dots and you'll see go to channel. You can go to that person's channel and it won't take you away from here. It'll just open another window. So you can go and, find somebody, subscribe to them, follow them, ring their bell, whatever, So, okay, so now I'm just going to kind of pick out some of the brightest highlights that I'm going to want here on the folds of the fabric. And see how that already gives you the feeling of the shape of things? Just a quick little line. And again, a lot of these little lines and some of this stuff's going to be gold. I think I will probably, do I want to go ahead and do a gold Posca? I might do a gold Posca. I don't know if I want to put stickles on. We'll try a gold Posca. We'll see. There's gold gel pens you can use, Wink of Stella, which I don't know where my Wink of Stella went. It was right here, but is that it? No, that's not it. I must have taken it somewhere in another room, and I don't know where I put it. I'll have to dig around for my Wink of Stella, which is just like a shimmer. I also have, here's a smaller gold. We'll try that one. You can get them in multiple sizes, you know, bullet tips or sharp point, you know. What ghostly? I'm doing a sectional color challenge for July. If anyone's interested, check out my latest video for the details. Yeah, Simply Art for adults. She's doing a challenge for July. I think who else is, there's a couple people doing Christmas in July. Who else? I mean, y'all can talk about it. The chat's recorded, so anybody that hears me talking, if they're watching a video, they can just read the chat and see what we're talking about. Okay, so, but you know, my mods are here. If we get trolls, they'll just kick them out. And if you weren't a troll, you know, let me know and we can unban you. No offense. You know, no offense. We just do it. We're doing the best we can with a bigger, more challenging, you know, with a lot more people. So we're doing the best we can. So our mods have accidentally, you know, meant to kick out a troll and accidentally kicked out another mod. You know, I mean, it happens. You know, it happens. So, you know, we're not. We're nice here, people. All right, so I think that. Oh, I didn't get any darks in here. Let's get the darks in this little bit here. All right, so I'm going to stop on the clothes for a minute. And all this brown here and the basket and this, I'm thinking this is a little bit of some leather. This is leather. There's little pieces of woven leather here. And I'm going to, let's see what colors. I haven't picked colors for those yet. Let's see. It was just a wash. We just started off with a wash of burnt sand. I kept the colors out just to tell y'all. So all the little brown areas, and including her skin, I think we did watered down burnt sand for her skin base. So let me find some siennas here. I'll tell you the names as I'm picking them by color, not by names. So let's see. Yellow ochre. And maybe one really dark brown. I think I had a dark brown picked out already. No, I guess I didn't. Yeah, these three will probably work. Not that picky. I know. So I've got to say, guys, I just roll with it. All right. So the colors that I picked out for the brown, the basket, the little strap things. I got Indian red. And it's really hard to see gold on a light color pencil. Pencil manufacturers need to think about that. It's hard to read that gold on a light color. I think it's burnt ochre. And then this one is walnut brown. So I'm going to take the walnut brown. And I'm going to do kind of the same thing that I'm doing on the clothes. I'm going to go in here and pick out all my shadows. on all the little leather and basket bits. I'm just picking out the darkest darks. And again, guys, you can there's a lot more detail you can do on the bigger, like, when you're doing a full on face or a big hair, like that piece I showed you, the redhead girl. There's a lot more work to shading and blending a big piece like that. But these little pieces like this, and I say little, meaning that the elements are small. The piece itself is, pretty large. Would you color in a book of women that had facial hairs? What do you mean, like the bearded lady? Not sure. Not sure where that one's coming from, Prisma. So like this, I'm imagining is leather right here. Here's the basket. I'm going to want this to be gold, those areas there. Down here, these little, I think I already kind of did that. This down here on her leg. Let me sharpen. And that's another thing. You got to keep sharpening. You got to have a nice sharp point to get in those little tiny areas. Those are going to be little gold, like cabochon or something there. And but take your time. I do rush a little bit here, and I tell y'all that every time. I rush a little bit because I'm trying to get as much done in 3 or 4 hours as I can. But you don't have to rush. Hey, Gish. If y'all talk to me, remember, and I know if new people don't always know that because it's assumed that if you put things in caps, you're yelling, but not here. If you want to talk to me, put it in caps. It's not yelling. So I'm just going to kind of go over each one of the little lines here. That way I can see you. I see that you're talking to me. Okay, so there's a little start for that. This little collar thing, I kind of wanted it to have a leather-like background with gold elements to it. Flowers, I haven't even decided on the flowers yet. I think I'll have this as well be. Okay, now I'm going to go to the lightest color of the three, the ochre, yellow ochre. Gish, and I do see some that's not in caps, but to make sure I see it, put it in caps. It does take practice. Things take practice. Color booking is not my first color pencil rodeo. I've been using Prismacolors. These are polys, chromos, but you know what I mean, color pencils for, at least 30 years. So it's like, they're not new to me. So it does take some practice. Oh, here, I forgot something down here. Here's this right here. Let me sharpen again. This little crisscrossy bit here. And there's a little braided thing here. And I have shown how to do braids in hair a few different ways. Like, I'll show y'all in a minute. I'll pull out a couple. Let me make myself a note. Braids. Got piles of Post-its in it. Braids. This is very tiny, so it's going to be kind of hard to see. I can zoom in a little more, I think. I have my Jasmine girl that has braids, and then one of my portraits that has, well, actually, I have a few portraits that have braids, but I'll pull out a couple of those. So I'll show you all braids. But, okay, so now I'm going to go back here with the yellow ochre like I started doing here. And I'm going over the top of the dark brown and into the other areas. And again, it's tiny. So I think I want that to be gold right there. Can y'all see the color change? And I don't want to zoom. If I zoom in too much, it's probably just going to lose its clarity, and I don't want to do that. So, and then you can take your mid-tone, which is what I had, the sienna, or what was it called? Indian red, and then kind of go from the lightest to the darkest and just add a little bit more color. Again, very tiny here. And light layers. You have to do light. Polys are more about layering. Prismas are more about blending. So they feel different. They act a little different. So you got to just get used to the pencils. Does Doodler's Nose have a lady with chin whiskers? Oh, she might. There might be. There might be one in Doodler's Anonymous. Doodler's Anonymous is a color book um, that has 90 something artists in it. I don't remember everyone, but it's one of my favorite color books just because there's 90 different artists in it. Okay, so there's, let me see if I can get, there we go. See the browns and the gold kind of color in there? See, that looks really good right there. Maybe I should, I don't know, maybe I don't know, it's a little flashed out that way. But there you can see the color better right there. Maybe I should try to zoom in. I don't know. See, we gotta practice. We gotta test. We gotta test out these. Let me come over here where I can see it. See, now it got too light. So let me go to my advanced settings. Let me turn the brightness down just a little, but I don't want it to get too dark. When I zoom back out, I need to turn the light back. So we're really zoomed in now, people. That is zoomy. And it does have, I do have my ring light right there. So I don't know if that's better or not, but we'll keep it right here while we're doing some of these tiny bits. Okay. All right. So again, I'm using these three Indian red. No, is it Indian red? Is that what I had pulled for this? What is this one? Yeah, that's the violet. Okay, let me move those over there for a minute. Indian red, walnut brown, and yellow ochre for the leather bits. All right, so, and the basket. All right, so let's go ahead and put the light down. And I'll go ahead and do this basket here while I'm at it and some of these other little parts. I'm just putting the yellow ochre down. And remember, I have a base coat of acrylic paint, and that's why the pencils can really grab onto. All right, now I'm going to go back to the Indian red and do a little bit of shading here. DIMB and for coloring books that have hairy women. You're scared? You're scarred for life, Prisma? All right. And again, guys, if you look at my fingernails almost as big as that whole basket. So you can see how little we're coloring. And when I back out, you're going to go, oh my gosh, that was so tiny. It really was. It's just, when you're zoomed in, you think, oh my gosh, that's huge. All right. So back down to this little braided area here. Let's put a nice little, go back. Let me sharpen. I got to keep sharpening. Keep them nice and sharp. And again, this is very little braid. I'm trying to get some definition in there. And you can also use, your pens, use your pens. I don't use a lot of gel pens, but they're good for tiny, tiny little areas. Or fine liners, different color fine liners. And then if you want to get real little areas, remember the trick with the white Posca, zoomy, Norma, is you got real tiny little areas like these little braids. I'm going to kind of just go along with the braid here, the little X's and just put a touch of white Posca. And what I'll do is let that completely dry. See how it stands out? Let that completely dry. Don't touch it, let it dry. And then you can go over it again you can even do a watercolor wash. We've done that before. I'm not doing that on this one. But you can go back over it lightly with your pencil. It won't be white. It'll, go back over it with, a light color. Same thing for over here. There's some little details I might want to keep that just don't stand out very well. You can do, get in there with, maybe there's a highlight a little bit on the leather. Posca, a white Posca is your friend. Like that, and maybe right along the edge. Do you know of a good color combination using Prismas for a gold look? Yeah, Rosalind, greens, and I think they might even call a gold green in the olive green. No, that's not the one I'm thinking of. There's a green in the polys. I think it's called gold green. I don't remember, but greens can make things look gold. For me, guys, if I'm going to there's two things about using doing metallics. I do not like metallic pencils. I have all the Prismacolor golds and silvers and bronze. I don't like them. I just personally don't like them. If I want something really shiny and gold, I will. Let me pull this out here. Oh, that's not it. Where is it? I'll either use paint. All right, like here, gold paint. See the gold here? I can't get that. I can't get that with pencil. Look. See that gold paint? I can't get that with pencil. I can't get that shine. I can't get that glow, that shimmer. See? And for me, guys, it's just not worth a fight. It's not worth a battle to get that, try to get something that, with pencil. Okay, so let's go back here. It can be done. I mean, there's things you can do with pencils other than just using metallic pencils, because Prismacolor has a whole line of metallic pencils. I don't use them. If I want something goldy and metallic-y, tiny stuff, you could use just, and I'm going to start with this. We'll see what I can do with, how, if it's enough for me, if it's shiny enough. And then you can add Wink Stella, a clear Wink Stella shimmer over the top. There's also Poscas also have a line of these shimmery. It's not glitter; it's a shimmer. What was the name of the metallic? Yeah, and that may have been what I used. I can't remember if I use the metallic watercolors on her. I think that's what I don't remember if I used the metallic watercolors on her. We might need to pull those out. Well, I won't do it right now. Let me write a note. Because if y'all want to see those. Okay. Metallic. Well, I got two kinds of sets of the metallic watercolors. So we'll do a little play with those. Okay, so I'm not sure what I used on it. See, I need to write, that's why you need to write it down. Yeah, Natalie, I think they were the gold watercolors. It could have been, but it could have been my gold paint too. Hang on, let me show you. I got this right here. This is an awesome paint. And they and the Deco Arts, Americana, Deco Art. I guess maybe it's just this is called Americana technically. These are metallics, but it's made by Deco Art. It's called Splendid Gold. And but they have silver, green, ruby red, copper, bronze, another cup, one or two other shades of gold. But if you want to do gold, then this is a good one. That see, I'm thinking I can't remember if that's what I used on here because it's so. I'm thinking that's what I used, but I could be wrong. It could be the watercolors, but I was thinking it was this one. But we'll do it. I'll keep this out. We'll show this and the watercolors. Now, on something this tiny, guys, that's why I pulled out my gold Posca. This is very, very, very tiny. It's tinier than it looks on camera. All right. Let me just do a little test here. Let me get it going here. There we go. Okay, so see that little, it's not going to show up. I'm so zoomed in, I can't get it any closer than that. But there's a little bit of gold right there. But it's not as shimmery and shiny as this. Okay, it's not as shimmery and shiny than this, but it's so tiny. Now you can get in there with your brush. Oh, I just smeared it. You can get in here with a brush and do this with paint, and it will be more shiny and more gold. Hey, Mark. Anybody else popping in? Hey, Tess. Did I say good morning to you? Well, I don't want to get to the gold yet. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself because that's going to be gold. That's going to be gold. That and we can try some different things. Even the flowers could be gold. But shading. Here's the thing about shading with gold. You almost have to shade with paint. You can put a brown or the green gold, something like this on top of it, but it's not really. I wouldn't even call it shading. It's almost like to get this any shading in here, you just almost have to just bear down. It's not really blending out because metallic resists the pencil. It's not like your acrylic. That's why I always tell you to get acrylic matte paint because satin and gloss and metallics you can't do this over the top of. Well, you can do it with paint, but I mean like with a pencil, like how we did. Where's my white? Where'd my white pencil go? Where are you? Where are you, pretty little pencil? There it is. Remember right here, we added the paint here because this wasn't a round shape. But to go, see how I can go on top on that teal? Okay. You can't do that on satin metallic and all that. All right, where was I? I'm losing my place. Let's do her hair. Let's take a minute to do her hair. All right, so I'm going to get out this color and black. I'm trying to use the polys exclusively, except for the white. But where's my black? Not sure what I do with my black. Is it misfile? Okay, I can't find my black poly. I must have pulled it out here somewhere. Here we go. Nope, that's the Prisma. I'm not sure my black. Okay, I'm going to have to use black Prisma because I'm not finding my black poly. It'll be fine. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, this is the poly here. This is, what is this? Sky blue. It's kind of like slate blue of a Prisma. This is sky blue in poly. So now her hair is black, remember? So I'm going to first go in here with her hair. Let's go over here. I'm going to go in with her hair. You never the same once. You click on these streams. Yeah, we are some enablers. All right, so I'm going to get in here and get some of the shadows in the darkest part of her hair. And again, guys, it's little. It's not like I'm doing that big redheaded girl. This is just a tiny little bit here. And I forgot to color in her ear. I forgot to paint her ear. So I have black hair, but I want it to be shiny. So get some of the shadows here. So if y'all have any questions, just ask. I'll try to catch them all. And if I don't, just put them in again. What colors do you use for blonde hair? Um, again, it's the same thing for the skin. It's going to depend on the hair. It's going to do. I don't have any formulas. I don't have formulas for hair, for skin. I don't have any formulas. She's kind of red. She had red hair. Let me see. I was going to say, go watch the video on this girl. Although it's more orange red than blonde. Yeah, I just don't have specifics. As soon as I say, oh, well, I use this, this, and this, then the next time I go to do a blonde girl and I pick an odd color, everybody's going to go, well, I thought you used X, Y, and Z. Now you're using ABC. See, so I don't want to give y'all something like I say, oh, I always use one thing or another because I don't always do any of it. You know what I mean, Vern? So I always try to be careful and say, now this is what I'm using this time or whatever. Because I've had people, trust me, when I say don't email me, that's a reason I say that. And I don't mean not. If y'all want to email me, you can, of course, email me. But don't email me and tell me, you said you use this and you really use that, or last time you said you use this and you're using, and I don't even remember, guys. I have 900 videos. I don't, and I've actually had people, and I don't want to fuss at anybody, but I've actually had people, email me and say, I watched a video that you did, and it might have been 4 years ago, 700 videos back. What color was that green you used? And I just have to answer. If I didn't say it in the video, I don't remember. And I know people might just really want to know, but seriously, people, my memory's not, 900 videos worth. Gotta say. All right, so there we got the start. In its place, she'd have a little bit more darker on I'm imagining the hair's going like this, right? Folding over on the bangs like that, and then be some up there. Okay, and then I want maybe maybe a couple of darker, little couple more strands in there. And then I'm going to take, have you ever done a bokeh background? I don't think I can't say that I haven't done a bokeh background, but I don't think I have, Elise. I don't think I've ever done a bokeh background. Something seems kind of familiar, but I really don't remember. If I did one, it was just like maybe a test or something, like testing how to do one or something, but I don't remember doing a full on background in a bokeh. Can't remember what book Julie goes. I can't remember which book the A collage, the in collage came, a hat popped up in my Facebook memory. Yeah, 9 years ago. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to take and I'm going to put in a little bit, not too much, just a few little blue shine. Because if you have a black shiny, you'll see. Let's put it this way: I see blue in there. I see blue in shiny black, and the same thing for a shiny black dog. I'll have to find that one too. All right, let me write that a note there. Shiny black. I'm trying not to get off on too many rabbit trails. Here's my black. Shiny black fur that has blue in it. Okay, so you see how we got a little bit of how it looks kind of shiny now? You can go right over the top of the black to kind of blend the pencil. It'll make the pencil lines, although polys don't leave as much. I don't know, maybe they do, and I just haven't really noticed. They don't leave the same amount of pencil lines that you have to blend because you layer them. Okay, so there's her hair. Just did her hair with a black and a blue. I think I'm not sure if that's one black strand right there, maybe coming across. Oh, that's the other thing I always try to show you is if you want to do a flyaway hair. Now her hair looks pretty well coiffed. Hey, Karen K. But if you want to have some flyaway hairs, I'll just do a couple here. You just take a white posca and you can kind of do like this, a few little hairs. Just a couple is more dramatic. You don't, don't go too cray on it. Just do a couple like that. You can have a couple of flyaway hairs, and then if it's too white, wait till it dries. If it's too white, and go back over it with the blue. Knock it back if it's too white, but you can get a couple flyaway hairs. Okay, so let's go back down here where we put some of the white on the brown areas, to make them stand out, like here on the basket. So now I'm just going to take and again, you can even do this with watercolor, neo colors, but you can just knock back that white with pencil. Now you got to be kind of careful. I notice it more with polys than with Prismas. You can almost scrape it off if you're not careful. So you got to kind of do this gently. But you can knock back the white so you still have the shine, but it's not pure white anymore. It still looks white, but if you look at it real close, it's not pure white. Hey Kenneth, how you doing? Good to see you. Are you on are you still are you on summer vacation, or do you still have to uh, get kids to school in the summer? Like, do you drive the bus for summer school? Okay, so I'm just going over all like here in the braid. I'm just going to kind of go over the top of those white areas, just so they're not stark white. But in tiny little areas like this, you just want a little bit more brightness that you might have lost with the pencil. Can y'all see that? Okay, so right here. Maybe I need a little, I don't think I got in here yet at all. I want that to be like leather right there. Oh, here's some more of her hair. See, I missed some of her hair here. Let's go back in. Let me sharpen. There's some of her hair back there. Still driving summer, all summer. Okay, well, welcome. Glad you could stop in. We're just continuing on this Serene, I guess. Let me say it. That we did last week. A little bit more black right there. A little bit of blue. There you go. Let's define that edge a little more there. Bye, Becky. Thanks for stopping in if I missed you. Okay. So now I think we need to get back on the red because I want to get to her skin. All right, let's see. Do I want the violet again? It's just my violet. No, it's the brown. Where's my violet? This is my violet. Yeah, can we sharpen? I'm going to get a little bit more defined. Hey, Mr. Q. How you doing? All right, so let's see. I might even need, is it going to be dark enough? I might even need a little bit of black. Right in those little crevices. I think it's looking pretty good with the violet. So I'm just going to pick out some more of the very darks. I'm trying to decide if I want to go ahead and go in with the gold, because the gold's really going to pop with this. Oh, see, there's a little tiny bit of leather back there. So let's go back in there with the dark brown, the walnut, a little bit of the yellow ochre on top, a little bit of the sienna. Those are the colors I'm using for the leather. Yellow ochre, sienna, and walnut brown. And if you need to, get in there with the Posca to get some of those details to stand out. Go in with the gold. Okay. Well, then we need to do a little test. See, I think this flower at least needs to be gold. I don't know about all these flowers yet. I'm just not sharing the feathers. And then there's a little bit of, I'm guessing this is kind of smoke, maybe. I don't know. I might just want to do it. I might just want to shade this with some teal and just make it almost like part of the water foamy bit, part of the water, like foam and water in there. Because I'm not, that's just what I'm imagining that to be. But the rest of the flowers and all, I don't want the same exact color as the seaweed, the leaves and all. I'm going to want them different. Hi, Clarissa. Thank you. All right, so let's go ahead. Because see, now I'm just going to need to get in here and start really getting some of the shadows in here. Like really tightening up every little bit. And finding those very, very darks. That's going to be gold right there. See, can you see where I'm getting in here with some nice dark red. And another thing, don't be afraid when you need a whole area. This is not really here because this is kind of little. How can I do a little sample here? Let me see. All right, let's get me my 3 reds here. All right, so let's just say you've colored something red. Hang on. And you're doing some shading and some different things. Okay. Maybe even some darker. Okay, so you got something like this going on, whether it's fabric or curtains. It could be a lot of different things. Don't be afraid to shade like this. A whole area, or even, like this. Don't be afraid just to go over the whole thing. It doesn't necessarily have, let's see if I can find something here where I can, okay, here. All right, so look, I'm just going to go over this whole area right here. See how that shaded that whole thing? Just going over the whole thing. Are you smelling what I'm stepping in? As my daughter would say, it's a little piece of something there. See how that shades the whole area? You're smelling it? All right, so now all the places that I put the white, I'm going to go with my light red, which was the dark, it's dark carmine, but it's, it's a red. And now I can kind of go over those white areas. Now, all this white I had done with pencil. There might be a little bit of poly in there. I mean, Prisma and Posca. But I'm going to just go like knock back the white with the red. Now, I don't want to get complete. Don't bear down. I'm barely touching this. Just to knock back a little bit of the red. So like here, I'm going to put over that. But then again, I can take what I just did with the over here and start kind of just shading right over the top. Don't be afraid to like go right over something. But if you're not sure and you've not done, on some of the shading and techniques and blending, practice it on a scrap paper. You're picking up what I'm laying down. So, see, I'm just going to go over the whole thing, like all that. I don't have to go over every little, I can just like knock it back going over the whole thing like this, right? And then get back in there and shade. Great tip, by the way. I love the concept. Oh, thanks, Karen. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying to keep the lighting versus the pixelation versus the closeness of the thing. Kind of zooming in and out and testing. Whoa, getting there. Okay, needs a little bit more shadow down here. But it does take some practice. Not going to lie, it's going to take practice. Anything you want to do well is going to take practice, right? Anything. And again, I'm kind of rushing through it so that you can see more, but you don't have to hurry when you're doing it, when you're coloring. I hear one of the cats outside. Should I let him in? Okay, it's a little more dark back in here. And you just got to keep going back and forth. Shading, blending, overlaying. Until you get it like you want. Oh, I missed something. Let them in. How are yours doing, by the way? Sue's got 2 new kittens here a few weeks ago. How are yours doing, Sue's? Your new fur babies. Let the kid in. Hey, Whippy, how you doing, Whippy? All right, let's see what they do. They're right up on top of the table now. Just saying. Come on, there's the little one. You want to come on up here? I need to back out the camera if we're going to let them make an appearance. She's going to go up. There's sunshine in the window. Sunshine takes priority over me. Sunshine always comes first. I'm trying to see what Sue said. I'm ready for the adult stage. Yeah. Kittens can be a mess, I'll tell you. Here she comes. There she is. See how close we're zoomed in? Look at that. There's a tail. All right, she's going to walk around for a minute. All right, I see she's headbutting me. There she is. There's a top of little. That's Malibu. She's the little one. I think she might have actually been the runt of the litter. All right, move your butt. Move your little butt, please. Thank you. All right, she's jumping down. I think she just wanted to make sure that I was here, that she could come in if she wanted to. See this bit back here, I forgot to do this back here. Hang on, let me get that. Yeah, yep, she likes to smell the pencil. Well, she just wants to see what I'm doing. Just get that little bit back in there. Need to sharpen. Oh, they'll probably come in here when I'm, back out the camera and I'll make sure they can come up here. All right, so now back up on top. Now let's see, let's do a little bit more right in here. All right, now I'm going to come up here with the light red and see all the areas that we kind of got light there. Quality control kitty. Hey, April. Good to see you. Anybody else I missed? Thanks, guys, for being here. I know I probably missed some people coming in. All right, so I'm going to just knock back that white here. See how I just go over, and you can always put more white if you knock it back too far. Like that. Now I go back in there with the dark. And all right, let's just say like this area right here. Look, you can just take your pencil and shade a whole side. See? Or right in here, look, just take the side of the pencil and just lightly go over. Then you got your shading like that, Then there's all kinds of little bits going on up here in this little design that are tiny. Sharpening. The fabric looks so rich and realistic in the color over the Posca. Yeah, I know, right? It's because you grab extra highlights. Even though you go back over them, they're still there. They're still under that Posca is still under there, right? I'm not sure if that's an earring. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna go over that right there. A little bit darker by her face. So I want her face to stand out. Okay. And all these little details, you got to kind of just keep looking for them and going over them, and not hurry. Bye, Robin. Okay. Need a little bit. I think that this needs a little standout right along her back, right there. I want that to be a little. Let's let that dry and then go back over that. Okay, so I don't know what I did right there. I guess I just missed an area. Maybe I thought that was going to be the background. No. Okay. All right, we'll get the gold out in a minute, but I want to kind of do some on her face or some of her skin. So let's go ahead and and I'll tell you the colors I'm using. Where's my white, my white? I am going to be using white Prisma, not white poly. Black, and have been using my black too because I couldn't find my black poly. Let me just pick some colors. Now remember, I want her to have darker skin. So I'm probably going to go with the sienna again. Sienna, well, what is it called? Indian red. And this is light flesh. And I'm going to need a yellow. probably, no, it's too orange. More of a golden color. Let's see. Maybe I want to go with, that might be too dark. See, I just kind of test white, yellow, ochre. But if everybody likes to see me put in blue, you'll get a little bit of blue shadow. Let's see, what color do I want here? Maybe this one. Cobalt blue, greenish. That's the name of it. All right, so I'm going to take that first. I'm going to take the blue. Again, I'm not used to the names of polys. Cobalt blue, greenish. That's what it's called. Number 9201. All right, so I'm going to do a little bit of shading with this. Very light now. No, don't go crazy. But one of the things, if you look, and another, well, I don't know if I want to get off onto that. There's like I don't want to call it a fad, but it's almost like, let me see if I can find him on Instagram. He does, and Cameron does it too. I don't know what it is, but it's like, I think I showed you the picture that he colored. I don't know that I can find it quickly. So let me just go to Instagram and find this guy. I think his name, he's a Japanese guy. It starts with an H. Oh, no, that's not what I want. I want search. There we go. I think his name starts with an H. So let me look through my H's. It's not Hugh. What is it? H-U. What's his name? H-I. Oh, what's his name? I always forget his name. And they do almost like a mask. It almost looks like a mask. Is this the guy? Oh, this is it. It's HITSUJITANN. He has 113,000 followers on IG. Hitsu Jitan. And I know, don't email me, people. Don't email me. um, Here's a good example. Now, he uses markers, though. Okay. But I want to show you. See how they do lot of color on the eyes? It's almost like a mask. And Cameron does this too. The noses, I always wonder, like, are they drunk? Why are their noses all like red and purple? But you see what I'm talking about? How they use a lot of, it almost looks like a mask. I hate to say they look like they've been beat up, but you know what I mean? They have a lot of color. Let me find another one. Here. See the colors? And I think it's a he. I'm pretty sure it's a he. Is could be a girl. I haven't really researched. I'm thinking it's a guy though. He uses marker, so maybe a little pencil too, but it looks like mostly marker. Here's another one. See what I'm talking about? So you can do that effect. I'm not going to do that, but I'm just saying you can do that. Does your older cat get along? No, she's back with her. I don't want to call it Noah's Ark, but she's back with her original family, original place. And as soon as she heard the voice of the woman that runs it's not really a shelter. It's more like a Noah's Ark type thing. We had her for like 8 months, Diva. She never liked us. We never got to pick her up, not once. She meowed constantly. It was, and we're thinking, since she went back to the shelter, and I'm saying that loosely. Like I said, it's not really like a shelter, like an animal shelter, like you think of a shelter. As soon as she heard the woman's voice that runs it, she immediately stopped meowing. It's like I think she missed her. I think she actually missed the lady that ran the shelter, and she was happy. So yeah. So that was that. We gave it 8 months. A sanctuary. Thank you. It's like a sanctuary. Thank you, Julie Topaz. That's the word I was looking for. And yeah, so I think she's happy now. I mean, I hope so. She wasn't happy with us. And I got to tell you guys, we gave it 8 months. And the other thing is, if a cat doesn't like us, we are the biggest cat lovers ever. If a cat doesn't like us, I think she was part feral, really. I think she was part feral. I think that the story that the shelter got from whoever dropped her off at the shelter, the story they gave the shelter might not have been true. I think she might have been part feral cat, really. So, okay, so now I'm going to go in here with this blue, and I'm not going to do the whole mask thing, but I'm going to do some shading with the blue. Okay, and if you're not sure where to shade, look at, like, you can see a lot of, especially on like any kind of grayscale coloring book, you can see. And I mean, I wish you could see how light. This is how lightly I'm doing this, guys. See how light that is? That's what I'm doing right now. It's grabbing, it's grabbing the paint. Because remember, this is a base coat of acrylic paint. It's grabbing the paint. I am literally doing that's how lightly I am put. No pressure. See how far back I'm holding the pencil? Your cat never domesticated? Yeah, I don't think this one was ever going to domesticate either. Yeah, I think she bonded with that lady. I know, because I'm not sure how long she had her before us. So that's how light I'm doing this. Okay, just so y'all can kind of get an idea how lightly I'm pushing on here. And I'm just kind of really following the grayscale that's already there. Under the lip there, a little bit on the lip there. Neck. Can you see how lightly I'm doing this? And there's some kind of little, I don't know if it was a little bit of a pencil blip or something, and it just happened to fall right there on her face. That's making a little mark on her face. So she might just have a little mole there. Um, Sometimes with ferals, if they bond with someone, it's hard to adopt them out. Yeah, I see. We don't know. I've never had a feral. I've had a lot of stray, and it seems it's weird though. All the strays that have come to my house have always been Siamese, and so I've taken care of a lot of strays or adopted them in, so to speak, that have come to my door. But they weren't to the point of being feral. I think somebody's, either dumped them off, they ran away, never found the owner, something like that. So I never really had feral cats. Oh yeah, she has the sanctuary has all kinds of feral cats. Takes all these feral cats in. So I'm just kind of putting a little bit, that's too much. Where's my eraser? That's too much right there. And let me see if I can get rid of that little thing. Nope, it's not going away. There's just one little red dot there. That's okay, but I mean, it's just like it's either a little splat of paint, or I'm not sure what that is. But there's some little dot there. So let's just the background turn. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's a little fuzzed out. Well, it's okay, I guess. Because I'm so zoomed in, guys. So zoomed in. Okay, there's probably a little shadow right there under her hair. Let's put a little shadow there. All right, let's go over to her hands here. I'm just going to, I'm doing the same light touch. I'm just going to put a little bit of shadow on their hands. Okay, and I don't want to lose any. I'm going to put some white next because I don't want to lose any. I want her to have some highlights. Just because someone has dark skin doesn't mean there's no highlights, you know? I got some water on her fingers there, so I'll go over that with white too. It's just adding a little bit of shadow. Shh. It's the stage. All right, let me sharpen my white. Yeah. Malibu left. She was in the window. Not sure where they are. Okay. So that little fingernails and a little bit of highlight. Let me just, because I'm going over acrylic paint, I can go over it with the white. And so I don't lose any real light areas like the highlights on her hands. I don't want to lose the highlight on her hand. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep those light areas. Okay. Now let's go to this one. Let's go back over that paint there. Okay, now let's go on to her face. Okay, now she's going to have light right up below, above and below her eyebrow there. A little on the lid. Just picking out the lights here, the top of her nose here. Right along her lip line. Chin here. Over this cheek over here. I'm just going to kind of lightly, a little bit of highlight. Oh, that's too much right there. And this is just a Derwent, like battery operated. It's got the, let me pull this out. It's got the white little erasers. And if it gets, kind of dull or, you can always just flip it over. And it's just a little metal clamp like thing. And you just put it in there and you can put it out as far, you want to kind of keep it actually pretty close in because if you do this with the eraser, then the eraser bends. See? So you want to kind of keep it short. Keep it short. Now if it gets too much shorter than that, then you just, move it out, right? You can even cut this to make it sharp. You can make your eraser kind of sharp if you want to. And then you just put it back in. There's nothing really to it. Like that's all there is to it. And then it's just got the little, button here. And it spins. That's all it is. She's popping off the page little by little, yeah. Okay, it's a little light around her eye here. All right, so now I think I'm going to go, I'm going to go ahead and go with the sienna, or well, whatever, it's Indian red. And I am so lightly touching, you can't even believe how light I'm touching. I'm just kind of going back over the sienna, and again, I am not as used to polys as I am Prismacolor. I am just used to blending with Prismacolor, not polys. So, well, we're going to give it a go here. Standing a tiny bit just to, kind of make it a little bit more shadowed. Taking my time. Right, she got one finger bent there. Gonna shape it. Hi, Mommy Kate. Anybody else? Thanks, Nancy. Hi. Thanks, Nancy, for stopping in. Hi, Marie. All right, let's go back up here. Oh, I see right in here I missed some red. Let me go back in here with some red. That's part of the clothes right under there. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of pink on her lip here. All right, now I'm going to go in here with my light peach. No, not yet. Wait, I want a little bit more. I want a little bit more sienna. I was going to kind of try to make her like a little dark, but not not as dark as I make my African American girls. But I'm trying to very light, but I'm also noticing the difference in the pencil here compared to what I'm used to. All right, let's see. She's a little more. All right, now I'm going to try to blend. I'm going to try to blend it out a little. See, it looks a little rough, like. So let's see what we can do here with the polys. She needs a little more white highlight on her lip. I'd have to get in there with the Posca. Need a little bit more white highlight on her lip. I followed the grayscale, but her lip's a little. I'll let that dry. They'll go in there and shade. So I'm just going to put a light layer of a peach color and then go back over the peach color with the sienna. And I'm doing it gently. See, there's a little, I don't know what I got on there. She's got a booger. There's a little bumpy bits here. That little red dot and another little one right under her nose. I'm not sure what that was. All right, so I'm just going to kind of feather this in here. It's very little. I mean, I know y'all probably can't tell how tiny this is. Look, her face is 2 fingers big. Puppy boogers, yeah. All right, so let's kind of smooth out the pencil here. I'm going to have to go back in there with some more white, I can tell. Very little. It's very tiny. Then I want to get out the gold, couple of the gold paint and the gold watercolor. Okay, then I'm going to go another layer of the sienna here in a minute. You have to layer polys. They don't blend like Prismas. They layer. So I'm trying to layer some colors here. So if everybody's doing well in chat, I'm trying to read as much of it as I can. She's half in shadow. Hang on, we're still working on her, Terry. Give me a minute. Okay, let me get back under the red, right under there. Missed a spot. Okay. Hang on, guys. Take your time. I'm trying to take my time. See, this shadow here, and that shadow under the chin was already there in grayscale. So I'm using those to kind of go with the flow of what Nick drew there. I'm going to go back over her eyelashes with a pen. I use a Sharpie pen. Same thing for her nostril there. I use a Sharpie pen to do eyelashes, eyebrows, those little tiny details. So let's see here. She's a little. It needs some more. It needs more sienna. Let's make her. Gotta blend that out a little. Don't want to lose her little lip line. I don't want to make her look like she has a mustache either. So I gotta be careful of that. All right. All right. Let me go over here to the hands for a minute. It's very little, guys. I mean, it looks. You might you might think that this is. I'm working on his big face. I'm gonna back out here in a minute. Hang on, and then we'll do the gold too. So I just got to keep working it. All right, let me get back in there with where's my dark brown. Oh, let me go ahead and get the. Let me go ahead with my black. And the pen I use is a Sharpie. It's a black Sharpie. Okay, I still got a little bit around her chin here. I'm gonna get that shadow right under that chin. That's better. Okay, so I'm gonna take my black pen and put her eyebrows in, and her eyelashes. And it can get waxy buildup. You got to kind of clean the tip off here. Every now and then. It's very little. I mean, it's so little, guys. I'll show you in a minute. Need a little bit lighter on this side. Be careful not to smear. Make it go. No, no, I'm kind of fighting the grayscale right there under her chin. Let's see. Let me get that lip line back. I mean, even my Posca is too big for her little lip. All right, I'll leave that. Let that sit for a minute. All right, let's get the back on her eyes here. I'm going to back out. You're going to see how little this is. The highlight back on her nose. So now I made her nose too big. Let's not make her nose that big. There we go. I gotta let that dry. All right. All right, I'm going to back out here for a minute, guys. Oh, wait a minute. I got to do this. Make sure that's dry. Let's go back over where I lightened her nose, tops of her eyes. She got her eyes closed. Very lightly. Okay. Oop, that's too far. All right. Okay. So we're just getting there. She needs a little more blend on her face. Hey. Hubster just stopped in for a minute. Where are the cats?
Little's been hanging out with me the whole time.
Yeah, she stopped in here for a minute, but she didn't stay long.
They're like downstairs napping. Get some coffee, you good?
I'm good. I'm drinking. Yeah, you can take it though. It's ice cold. I'm just drinking my juice. Thank
What
you.
a beautiful picture.
All right, thank you. You know what? We forgot to do her leg. All this time we've been doing her face and hands. I've completely forgot about her leg down here. Forgot about her leg. Okay, and then her little fingernails too. I don't want to lose her little fingernails. Let's see if I can. I mean, literally, her fingernails are literally the size of the tip of this pen. So y'all see how little I've been working here? I'm trying to put way more detail than need be. But I was trying to show more than I think I could get in a tiny, tiny picture. Let's lose that little hand there. So get some of that in there with the pen. Okay, let's go back. Let's do a little nostril there. Your eyelash again. It's tiny. Thanks, guys. What color do I choose? I don't. Yeah, see, I don't know. I know this one. I want gold. I don't know the other ones yet. And this right here, I know I want. Let me get my. Where's that teal color again? Aqua. I want to, like, I'm imagining this some kind of smoke or something. So I just want to keep it white, but with just a little bit of shadow of the same color as the water. So let's do a quick little little bit of teal coming out of those flowers. It's like there's smoke or something, a plume of water or mist or whatever coming out of her flowers. All right, so now I'm going to go. Okay, so these colors I'm using are the cobalt turquoise and the cobalt green. Okay, because remember, this is all paint other than, the darkening there. So I just want to get in here with those same colors that are in the water and almost make it like it's water foam or something like that coming out from behind the flowers. I should probably zoom back in. Well, I don't want to zoom in because I want to do the gold. I can zoom in one. I don't want to zoom in too much because I want to do the gold, and you can see the whole thing with the gold. So I'm just going to kind of get in here. Bye, Nancy. I think that's enough on that. Let's take my white and just get a little bit of blend right there. Now, if I want to make sure that I have the white, like, edges, I can get in here with Posca and make sure those white plumy edges are nice and bright. you know, add those in if I want them. I want some nice white. Again, I'll knock that back. I just want to make sure I keep those bright whites because it's so little, guys. It's so little. Okay. Something like this. Okay. Now, I still want to do a little bit more on her face, but not too much. She's looking down. Her face is in shadow. But I do want to make sure I keep the highlights on the tops of her hands. What color pencil are you using on the water with the paint? Same colors. Same colors. The aqua colors. Yeah. And white. Yeah. Same colors. Okay. Look at that right there. Okay, now we'll go. I mean, I still got to finish her skin here. I should, and see, I didn't even do the little leather bits there on her that are hanging off of her outfit. And then where's my color here? Nope, that's not it. Where is it? Here, just go. Get those little leather pieces that we missed. Forgot these down here. And then let's put my blue. And actually, this side's probably going to be light. Side of her, a little bit of butt. Did you? Yes, I did miss her ear. Let's do something quick on her ear here. Let's do a little here with the sienna. I did miss her ear. And then a little bit of the, and just a tiny bit of shading. There we go. Your ear's blocked in. Thanks, Lou. Oh my gosh. I don't want to spend, I want to get to the gold. I don't want to spend all day coloring her butt. But, don't You don't have to hurry like I am. Take your time. Oh, I wanted to show you those braids and the dog fur. Hang on, guys. I'm not looking at chat for a second. Make it pretty. Kenneth. I'm trying to make it pretty. Okay. It's going to be pretty enough for now. Okay, so now, okay, hang on. Okay, here we go. So here's my Jasmine girl with the braids. Now she doesn't have braids. I mean, Jasmine didn't draw her with braids. I put the braids in. So you see how I use the blue to make the highlighted areas of the braids. There we go. I'm trying to get the color. So, and she's all twinkled up. She's all stickled up with stickles on her tail there. So there's my girl, this girl with the braids. Okay. And then let me see if I can find, let me get this little packet on here. And let me see if I can find. Hang on, guys, I'm ruffling through here. I'm looking for my dog. And it has black fur. And let's see, where is he? Where are you, Dozer? Hang on, I'm flipping through my little file here. So here's Dozer. So you see how you can have like a light blue on the fur to make it look like shine. Okay. And then the last girl with the braids, I think she's in here. I've got two other ones with braids, I think. Hang on, I got a couple girls with braids. I'm gonna flip real quick. You can look at these again. Love her. She just has, I just kind of did abstract hair on her. Where is she? Where is she? Here's Packer dye. Here, this is it. Oh, here's two. All right, so here she's just got curly hair, but here's the one I was looking for with the braids. And I love her because she has a, if you look in her eyes, you can see her selfie. She's holding a selfie stick. But I like her. Yeah, I do. Somewhere in there, Julie Topaz. But there's just some tiny braids, so you can kind of see. I don't know what else. If I have more braids in here somewhere. Thank you, Kenneth. Now you want me to flip through them. I did her and that other guy, the boy with the jeans. I did them while I was on jury duty. Maybe I haven't got to yet. This is one of my daughters. That's the daughter that lives in LA. That's another one of her, Annie. There's Denise. Some dogs. I don't know where the one, did I pass the one up with the blue jeans? I don't know where he went. Anyway, so I wanted to show you the braids. Thanks, Faithful. They take a while. And if you want to practice, your sketching, I recommend the Sketchy app. Maybe I can show it to you here now. Then we'll do the gold. Hang on. Rabbit trail. Hey, Debbie. Let me just see here. So what you do if you're on Sketchy, well, that's saying I don't want to get to someone else. Let me go to mine. Okay, so what you do if you go to Sketchy, people post photographs. Like I'll show you this one. Okay, so people post photographs of themselves. Like she posted this picture. I mean, it's overlaid with, I'm going to show you in a minute. So she posted her picture for you to draw. So after you draw the picture, and like I said, I drew mine at when I was on jury duty. I took my pencils and my tone tan paper, and then you agree to let people draw you when you sign up, right? So she posted this picture, and then I drew it. Then after I drew it, I took a picture of it, and I uploaded it to Sketchy. And what happens is your picture is uploaded right over the top of the photograph. So here's my picture, the one you just saw. Hang on, let me get her back out. Her. And so I photographed her and I uploaded her. Sorry, guys, a little flashy there. I uploaded her right on top of her picture. That's how Sketchy works. Now, it is an app. You have to have the app to do this. So here's all the different ones. All right, so for instance, this picture you just saw a minute ago. Okay, here's the picture I drew from. So there's his photo, and I didn't draw all this. I just drew his face, and then I uploaded it on top of his picture. So if you want to practice, here's all the ones I've uploaded over the time. If you want to practice your faces, let's see, like, where's the girl with the braids? Here's her. So there she is right there. So now I didn't draw every single braid. I just drew enough. And I also focused in on her face more. So, whoops. So these are all the different ones that I've put on Sketchy. And you can put other things, like I put my Spock picture up there. And they give you like freebie, see, like free draw. So in other words, just put whatever. And so I put my Spock, my double, young and old Spock. So, but it kind of rolls like, it's kind of like an Instagram look. So yeah. And then everybody that you just draw them and you upload your picture on top. There's her. There's my drawing of her. Does that make sense? Well, the tone tan paper, it helps. To me, it speeds it along because the mid-tone is already set for you. But here's the thing, guys. There's no paper showing here. If you could see this in person, no paper is showing. This is completely covered with pencil. There's no paper showing. It just helps you. Here, let me show you the one of Ken again. Here's the one I'm working on. So I start with finding the highlight. So you see all the white. This is the white on top of the tone tan. But by the time I get done, no paper is going to show through. There's no paper showing through here. There's no paper showing through. That's all pencil. You know what I mean, Vern? Well, anyway, I wanted to show you braids and dog fur. Okay, so what else? Did I have notes for anything else? Okay, shiny dog fur. Got that. Don't need that. Okay. Braids. Okay, now we're on to the metallic watercolor. All right, so now let me find my watercolors up here at the top. So I have two kinds of metallic watercolors. This one came out of this box, I'm pretty sure. No, it came out. No, okay. All right. I'm going to have, well, I probably don't need a palette. All righty. Okay, so, well, actually, the three paints. The three metallic paints. Let me straighten up my camera here. Okay. Is there a big difference between the paints? Yeah, I think so. I think these are better. These are great. These are better. They're more expensive. These are much more expensive. This is the Kuretake, and I can't turn it over. They'll fall out, and they're all in the wrong places. They've fallen out before, so they're not even in the right spot with the right number. But these are the Gansai Tambi version of the metallics. Okay. These are the Fine Tech. If you buy these separate, now if you buy the whole set, of course you're gonna get a deal. You know, you're gonna get it's gonna be cheaper. But I think they're like $6 each if you buy them separate. I don't know if Terry or somebody here can put in an Amazon link for the and it's COLIRO, but they're Fine Tech. Okay, they're the Fine Tech. They're made in Germany. But you might see it called Coliro, but it's Fine Tech. Okay, I'm going to show you all the different ones, and then the other gold. This is what I would recommend. Seriously, guys, this is what I would recommend on your color book page. Just the Splendid Gold Metallic paint, and again, this is made by Deco Art. Same people make the Americana, right? And there's probably 8 or 10 metallics. There's a couple, 2, 3 shades of gold. This is Splendid Gold, but there's 2 or 3 shades of gold. There's silver, pearl, green, dark green, ruby, copper, bronze. There's a whole bunch. There's a whole line of metallics. Thanks, Terry. Terry put in the link there. So if you're watching the recording, you look over there at Terry. Terry put in a link to Amazon. This is awesome, especially for a color book page. Okay. And the other thing about using your an acrylic, it's not going to move again. If you put this down, whether you put it on a color book page or whatever you put it on, this is watercolor. It will reactivate. But let me just do. Let me get a black paper and a white paper. And we've done this before, but I can't tell you where it is. So let me just get another. There's something we did something there. There we go. Let me get a piece of cardstock. cardstock. All right. So let's move this for a minute. Let's go to black and white. And we'll do a little test. How about that? Oh, let me, all right. Let me spritz them all and wet them down. Let me activate them all. Just quicker. If you get them wet, let them, you know, get a little activated. The fine texts are, thanks, Terry. Terry said the fine texts are $22.47 on Amazon for all those colors. You buy them normally, I think they're $5.95 or something, you know. I forget exactly. I'm going to go this way. All right. So now let me get a brush here. All right. So let's see what we can do. Do a little testing. All right. First off, I'm going to go ahead and do the acrylic paint. This is the Splendid Gold, right? So here's the Splendid Gold. And you can put more than one coat. So you can have it a little bit, it might be a little translucent like this, but you put a second coat on there. Okay, so let's just put two. We'll start with one coat. Here, let me make it a little bigger. Okay, so this is the acrylic. There it is on white and on gold. I should probably label these the next time. I'll let it dry for a second, then we'll put another layer. Deco Arts Metallics, yes. And this one's the Splendid Gold. Okay, all right, let me clean my brush. See if these are all wet enough. Now, again, these have the names on them above them, but they've come out. These are individual little, like the Kuritakis are, you know, the little pans. Okay. The thing about this is they've all fallen out, so I can't tell you the names, but I'm going to give you a little demo of them. And then these, I think these come off too individually. Yeah. So these come off. They're just, you know, and I have the little names of them. I kept the packaging for this one. So here's the packaging for this. So I can tell you the names of those. Okay. All right. So there, okay, let's let that, it's almost dry. All right. I want to get to the color. I don't want to spend too much time on this because I want to do our finish getting the gold on the page. All right. So let me go back over this one more time since it's probably already dry. Okay, so here's a second coat. So just so you can see how you can get it pretty, you can get it pretty as water in my brush. You can get it pretty. Okay. All right. All right. Doing a lot of dilly-dally, and we're not getting a lot done today, are we? All right, so let's go ahead and go over here to the Kuritakis. All right, again, I'm not going to tell you the names because they're mixed up, but I'm going to show you what they look like. So let's just go over here. Let's do the very fine gold. I mean, you probably can't even see that. This one is very, very shimmery and light. But if you see it on black, there we go. Okay, I should probably use my water brush would be quicker. So I can clean the brush with my Kleenex in between. Be quicker. Okay. All right. So then the next one. Here's the next one, and I'll try to hold them up so you can see them. So I can just squeeze the water out of my brush and clean my brush quickly. Okay. All right. This one's almost kind of like a rose gold. And again, you can put another layer on, let it dry. Then there's the pearl color. Okay, and then these last two. Just so you can see, and then I'll do the other set right above it. So these are the Kuritakis. Shows up better on black. That's why I wanted to make sure and do it that way. Okay. So again, don't read those names because they're not in the right order, but here's what they look like. That's with just one coat, right? And they're watercolor. The names on the Kurataki paint should be on the pan. That's true. Yeah, Angel Bear. That's true. I think they are on there. 905. Okay, so, well, I don't want to put them in order now, but you're right. I can't turn, I guess, let's make sure they're, yeah. So the numbers on the back, 905. So this one would be light gold. Okay, so they're just out of, the names are out of order, but I'm not really talking about these paints right now as far as the names and all that. I just want you to kind of see the comparison to the shine. Okay, so there we go. So that's the Kuritakis, one coat here. This is the paint with two coats. And I'm thinking this paint is what I used on her. I could be wrong. I'd have to go back and look. But I'm pretty sure that's the paint, the gold paint. I think that's what I used on her. Okay. All right, now let's do the Fine Tech. You know what I'm going to do? This might be better. Well, I wanted them right next to each other, but I put my paint in the middle. So we'll do them up here. Now I don't have room. Okay, we'll do them right above. We'll just do it smaller. The FW gold, I think I do have the FW gold. It's not right here in front of me. It's up with my calligraphy stuff. All right, let me re-wet this. Let me re-wet those. I think I have the FW. Let me look here. I have a whole bunch of the pearlescence. Let me see. I think these are all FW. I got all kinds. I've got Dr. PH, Dr. PH Martins. These I've had for years, though. These are some back from my calligraphy. These are FW inks in the pearlescence. I think I have the gold up here somewhere, but I've already gone on enough rabbit trails for the day. So let's do these. All right. So these are the fine techs. Oh, I should have went the other way. Well, good grief. Let's turn them over. Let's just turn it over. Because I wanted them in the order that they're in. Don't look at your camera while you're trying to stream. You'll get it backwards. And remember, they're watercolor, so they're going to be, you're going to see through. And then I'm just cleaning in between. Okay. So let me write on here. These are the fine tech. And these are the Kurataki. T-A-C-K-E? T-A-I? Kurataki. I'm not sure if it's an I or a... Okay. So let's write that on here. Fine tech. Kurataki. And then this is the Splendid Gold Deco Art Acrylic Gold. Acrylic. Okay. Do you got okay? Bye, Paula Wood. Thanks for stopping in. So let's see what y'all think. Can you see how the fine tech is just overall more shiny? Trying to get the light to hit it. All right, let's do it on the black. On the black, they all look shiny. But you can see, you know, if you wanted to get, I'll tell you the names of these. So if you wanted to get a certain color, let's go to the Fine Tech colors. Here we go. So, oh, it's upside down. All right. No, I got them upside down. Okay. All right. I'll have to read them upside down. Oh, wait. Let me just turn the paper around. There we go. There we go. Let's turn the paper upside down. Here we go. So here's the colors in case you want to just get them individually, right? So if you want to get because you can buy these individually. I don't know that you can buy, I don't think you can buy these individually. I could be wrong. I've not seen these individually. The Kuretake, maybe, I don't know. But I know that you can get the Fine Tech individually. Okay. So here's the colors. Tibet Gold, Inca Gold. That's Inca Gold. Arabic Gold. That's Arabic Gold. Gold Pearl. Moon Gold. And Sterling Silver. So if you wanted to buy any of these individually, you can kind of see what colors you might want to get individually. Of course, if you buy the whole set, it's cheaper. You know, I think Terry said $22.50 for all, and I think they're like $6 individual. So yeah. Okay, so there we go. There's our little test. So I'm not sure if I use the Splendid Gold acrylic, but that's what I'm going to use today. Now, you can go over. All right, let's see which one do I want to do. Let's see what I want to do. Let's try the Moon Gold. Let me go with the Moon Gold. And this is going to be an experiment. It may or may not work, but we're going to try. Okay. You think they are prime also? Okay. Thanks, guys. All right, so I'm going to try the Moon Gold, and let's just see what happens if I put it right over. See, it's going to cover it up too much. So I'm going to kind of feather that out. Let's add more water. Might not, I don't know. This may or may not work. No, I think it's going to be too, if I pat it back, I could probably get some shimmer in her outfit. I'm experimenting here, guys. I'm trying to get as little as possible. I just want to add a shimmer, and I'll tilt it for you in a minute. I just want to add a shimmer to her red. It may or may not show up in every spot, but I'm going to try. I'm trying to keep it thin. So we'll just add a little bit. I'm not really going over the whole thing. Oh, wrong one. So just add a little bit of the Moon Gold, which is the lightest one, the lightest gold. Okay, so I'm going to add that on the red. Just a little here and there. More water than paint. Keeping it very light. Okay, right around here. Thought we could play with it. Let's do the same thing for up in here. Now this is not where I'm going to paint the gold paint. I'm just adding this on top of the areas that we have red, just to see if I can add a shimmer with this watercolor, because we're experimenting with that. Okay, that's the leather right there. So, and because it's watercolor, you can go back over and reactivate it wherever you have put some down. If you want to blend it out a little more, add a little bit more water. All right, do I find all the spots that I want to? Okay. All right. Wait for it. Wait for it. Bam. There we go. Can y'all see the shimmer on it? Okay, so there's just a little light wash of gold watercolor. Very light wash of gold watercolor. Now, these other areas that I want gold, I don't want it watercolory. I want it solid gold. Now I'm going to change brushes. I don't use my water brushes. I don't use my water brushes with acrylic paint. I never use my water brushes with acrylic paint. Okay? All right. I don't know what I do with the lid. Here it is. So we're going to go back to a brush. I think I have I had one sitting here a minute ago. One's too big. I have a tiny one. Here we go. Yeah, let's go with this. All right, so now I'm going in with the acrylic paint. Bye, Lisa. Thanks. Yeah, that looked pretty good. Now let's see what we're going to do with this. I want solid, and it might take 2 coats, but like in these areas that I wanted to be gold, I might just take one. Let me zoom in a little. Okay. The areas that I wanted not just a wash of gold, but actually want it to be gold. Let me get a finer brush. I need a tinier brush because some of these little things are very tiny. So I'll probably do. I just use craft brushes, nothing fancy. Okay. Let me put it over on this side so I'm not reaching over you. There we go. Y'all see that? Yeah, that's showing up. Bye, Mommy Kate. No. Okay, so I have all these different little areas that I want gold. Some are even tinier than I could probably get with a brush that probably really do need to be in a gel pen. But I'm going to get as many as I can. These little cabochon type button things. Some of the edges of these. And I do want that flower gold. I'll go ahead and do the stem. I don't want to set my hand in it, so I've got to be kind of careful. Probably be best to do that in watercolor so you'll still see the lines in there. But I'm going to go do all the stuff that I want in acrylic first so that I can just get that more solid. Jewelry and things like that. I don't know if that was supposed to be a jewelry or one of the water dots, but see her shimmer with the gold. Okay, this line right here, this little bit. We'll probably have to do the flowers in another part. It won't be Wednesday though, because I'll want to do something else on Wednesday. But we might have to do the flowers in one more part. I'm kind of holding it up off the table so I can get a straight line. You can go back around and shade around the little cabochons and little jewels. Do a little bit more shading underneath of them. What do y'all think? Is that looking okay? Okay, this little line right there. Where else? Oh, this is gold right there. What else? Okay, some of these little things in her hair, I wanted gold. But as long as I keep it thin, you can use it kind of as a watercolor. I'm going to go ahead and go over that flower. Okay, some gold little bits in this little fabric. And then go back after it's dried and kind of, you can put a little shadow or shading under the gold. Okay, I know these little feather things. Let's go ahead and do those. This is some kind of something. I don't know what all this stuff is. I'm going by just where I want it to be the color. So let's go ahead and do. Can y'all see okay? Can y'all see anything? I'm kind of tilting it, but I have to kind of get up there to see it. Because it's shimmery. If I lay it flat, I can't see it. Okay. Make sure I'm not going to lay my hand in it. So we'll get a start here. I don't know. I didn't really think about doing all these flowers gold. It'd probably be easier. Should I just go the easy way? And I got to finish her hands too. Dang it, I forgot about that. I'm going to put some more blend in her hands. All right, let's just go ahead and do the whole flower here. Because I want the flower gold. Like she's holding a gold, whatever kind of flower it is, including the leaf. Go in there and, add a little bit of dark after a while. Did I miss some areas? Should I cheat and just do all the flowers? Bye, Terry. Thanks. All right. So now you can see the gold flower, which it's no shading yet. I want to do a little shade. I'll probably just do some shading with okay, Terry, with some paint. Oh no. No, well, I can put some gold on but those are really supposed to be leather little things, but I'll make them gold. I can make them gold. The little things hanging down, the little things off of her belt, little garter, we can put a little gold there. Are you happy now? Uh, there you go, Natalie. Uh, yeah, you gotta just kind of take your time and look it over and keep working on it. I'm just doing this with you guys, so uh, again, I've got to go in here with some white Posca and highlight her hand. I got to turn it because if I don't turn it, I will run my hand in there. So let me just go ahead and highlight her fingers again. I'll go back over them with pencil, but they need some highlighting on the hands. Now she looks like she has claws, but it won't when it's dry. I'll go back in there. I'll go back in there and blend it out. But she needs some highlighting on her hands there. And she could use a little more on her face too, but I gotta be careful. It's very little. I mean, her lip line is the size of the. Okay, so she's shimmery. Her red is shimmery. I don't know if it really needs a whole nother part. I think we should just finish her up. All right, I'm going to go ahead and go for it, guys. I'm going to go and do the flowers. I'm going to do all the flowers gold, and I'm going to go in here and shade them. I might be sorry later, but I'm going to do it because I don't think it needs a whole nother part. This picture, I think we can wrap this up. We can wrap this one up pretty quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and put a base coat of gold. Now you can go over it with pencil, but you can't blend. You can put some shadows in here with pencil, but taking two pencils, like here, let me see, I'll show you here. Okay, here. Okay, this is so I can take and I can go over it. See how, well, maybe you can't even see. Can you see that little bit of shadow there? See, and I probably should do it with the green color. Where's my green? This color. See, I can make a shadow on there, right? Can you barely see that? Maybe I should do it brown so that you can see it. Let's do a darker color. Oh, let's do a darker. Let's go with a darker green. Okay, there we go. So you can see that. All right, so you can get in there and shade with either a green or a darker brown, which all my dark browns are sitting here on the table somewhere. Where's my dark brown? Oh, here. Okay, so we can do some shading on the flowers. Oh, what time is it? Oh, it's only 12, Janet. No, I'm not gonna head up until 1. Are you streaming at 1, Janet? Uh-oh, there we go. Are you streaming at 1? I'm waiting for Janet to answer. Okay, so what I'm gonna show you is I can shade in here with the gold. Yeah, I didn't think you came on till 1, so we still have an hour. I'm not even gonna go that long. But you can't really blend. You won't be able to get like, from layer up. You can't layer up, say, a yellow and a red to make an orange. You can't do that on top of the metallics. All you can do is really kind of bear down and get some shadows. There's not a lot you can do on top of that shine other than that. Okay. So we can put a little green and a little brown in the flowers and the leaves. Okay, so let me get this before this finished drying up here. All right, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to do that. I'm going to finish this baby up. And the other thing you got to know too, especially if you're in any kind of coloring groups and you post your pictures, like I post these to, a couple of different groups, plus my own group. I mean, I don't have a group. Wait, let me back that up. Beep, beep, beep. I don't have a Facebook group. I'm at my Facebook album. When I post these to my Facebook album, it's hard to photograph the metallic straight on. So I need tiny bit of water. It's starting to dry up. It's starting to dry up. I gotta hold it up because I can't see it. What you got to do is take your full-on photograph, straight on, and take another one on the side. So in other words, I'll photograph it like this, and then I'll photograph a shot like that. Just a detail. So like that right there. See how the shimmer on their outfit and the gold. So I'll take a picture like this, and then I'll take a little detail shot like that so that people can see the shine or the gold. Because Doll fix our little claw hands. Don't worry. So because if you just photograph it like this, you can't even see that there's that. All right, so here we go. Let's finish this up. Okay. Did I get it all? I think so. Kind of make that feather into the mist or whatever that's supposed to be. And I do see right up here, I need a little bit. I didn't get a shadow on that seaweed. I missed that little frond. Okay, see, now I'm getting it's a little dark again because I think the sun's gone over the house. And plus we're zoomed in. All right, let me hit it with the heat gun. Let's finish this up. Let me hit this with the heat gun. You always want to make sure any paint is dry. Okay, I'm not happy with our little face yet. It's still not quite enough what I wanted to do. But I guess I'm going to have to roll with it. I'm not extremely happy. So little. And I'm working with polys. I'm going to make some excuses. Wah, wah. And I do got to go in here and fix her hands still. I got to go in there and fix her fingers. The sharpen. Yeah. Bye, Zaylee. All right. I'm going to wrap this up, people. All right. Well, I got to go back over it now, a little bit more shadow, but we got her hands lit again. Okay. This hand right here, she's doing kind of like this, kind of like that. I'm not going to worry about it right now. I'm going to go in here with my brown and my green. All right, so let's start up here on the top. And let's see which do I decide I want. Do I want the green? I can hardly see it with the glare. Or do I need it darker? Yeah, I think I'll just go with it. Okay, so I'm going to go with the walnut brown. And all I'm going to do, essentially, is go over all the black lines. Because it's so tiny, that will give me enough shading. Okay, so I'm going to start with that. I'm just going to get around all the black. I'm just following all the color book lines. And dang, I'm going to have to sit sideways to see it because there is a glare for me. I got to keep it under the camera, but there's a glare. All right, so I'm just going to go and try to go around all the little lines. Oh, that needed to be gold too. Wait a minute. Where'd my brush go? There's gold up in here. On these little designs. I miss those. Miss those tiny little lights. Still with the tour? Okay. Thank you, Picola. We're going to seize the day, all right. Get rid of your little troll butt. All right, so I'm going to go around all this. So again, I'm just kind of following along. I just almost want to, I'm kind of almost just outlining. And that way they'll stay looking like they're metallic flowers or, you know, some kind of metallic. And I'm probably going to need to do a couple more of these rounds. Oh, see, that was gold right there too. Now I missed another piece of gold. Missing the gold here, people. It's coming off of her little hat there. Could be hair, but I'm going to add it. I want it to be gold. Like a little gold something coming down. Still clutching the velvet rope. That's a good one. I got to write that down, Julie. Julie Maud. Where's my hang on, let me find my Sharpie. Where's my Sharpie then? I don't know what I did with my Sharpie. Hang on. Where is it? That needs to go in the wing nut. All right, I'll just use a Posca. Oh, there it is. Julie, I know her last name isn't Topaz. That's been her nickname since day one. Maud. That's what a Maud does. Clutches the velvet rope. I love it. Oh, where's my brown pencil now? All right, so now let me get up here. And again, I'm sitting sideways, guys, and I'm leaning over so I can see because the shine, I can't see I can't put my head under the camera, but I can't see the gold. I can't see the lines because of the shine under the light. Y'all do it neater than me, please. Do it neater than me because I can't see. All right, so here's that feathery thing. I just want to go over the lines. You can kind of see it a little bit. Oh my gosh. You're tied to the pole. Button. Okay, guys, I'm not going to finish this because I can't see. I mean, y'all can see right here with over the camera. You can see where it's going, but I literally my head's almost laying on the table. My head is laid on the table sideways to be able to see the lines past the shimmer. I think y'all are getting the idea though. So I just want to go over all the, like here, maybe you can see in this leaf here, all the little veins. There we go. Can y'all see it a little? So compare this to this. See how you can see the lines and it gives it some shading compared to that. Mm-hmm. And the same thing around the little jewels, the little cabochons or whatever they are. I still gotta fix those hands. Janet spiked the coffee. Oh my gosh. Well, anyway, guys, let me back out. Let me back out so we can see the big picture. Whoop, I didn't need to zoom out that far. That's pretty good. So you can see where I've put some lines in here and none here yet. So I'll go in, you just go in there and define you can't do a lot on top. It's really, you should probably do it with paint or, well, maybe, I wonder if a gel pen. Let me test my Posca on this. So I just want to kind of outline every flower, which I can barely see what I'm doing with my head laying down on the desk. Just see the angle. It's a leaf right there. Another flower right there. Another leaf right here. Take your time. Don't hurry through it like me. And see, there's a piece of the seaweed behind there. I don't like that. That's distracting to me. So I'm going to paint that out. Get rid of that. Get rid of that piece of seaweed. So there we go, guys. I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop. Oh, she's looking great. Well, it's coming along. We could take a little more time on the flowers. I tell you, I did just kind of jump ahead on that. But I didn't want this to go into a part 3. But you don't have to do it like that. You can do it however you want. Thanks, guys. Oh, you get the idea. Again, you don't have to. And look at her. I really do like the gold watercolor wash on the red. See the red, let's see here. There we go. See the shimmer on the red? I love that. Anyway, guys, you're welcome. I hope y'all had fun. I hope y'all had fun today on Monday. I love Mondays. I like Wednesdays too. I love Hump Day Wednesdays, but I love Mondays. Well, I'm recording at Share Coloring. See, hi, CB. It's recording now. Let me say again. Here, let me put a little disclaimer here at the end. After I end stream, it can take up to an hour to fully process. So like right now, the video is 3.5 hours. But when you go to look at it like right now, as soon as I end stream, it's probably going to only show you an hour and a half. It takes about an hour to get the whole video and the chat processed. Okay. So give it an hour before you go try to find the beginning. Because I had a couple people go, your whole stream didn't record. Well, it did. It just takes a while to process. Okay. So give it an hour. But you like Humpty Dumpty. You like, Hump Day Wednesday. Okay. Thanks, actual cat. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to head out. Don't forget Janet's streaming. Janet is in the process of getting new internet service. And then when she gets her internet service, she's moving over. She's already done some tests over on YouTube Live. She's got a new camera and everything, but her internet is not strong enough. So she's in the process of getting that's Janet M. Young. She's in the process of getting a new internet. So in the meantime, we still have to August 1st. August 1st. So she has until August 1st that she can still use Ustream. And I think Patty, Tolly Parrish, Zandra, Scraps to Beauty, they'll be moving over to YouTube as well. So, and then, okay, so Janet is Monkey Island Madness on Ustream, but if you're watching on Ustream. So anyway, guys, thanks for being here. I want to do a little more blending on her butt and finish those gold flowers. I was going to test real quick. Let's see. Let me test the Posca. Let me see what happens on the Posca. Yeah, it's almost the exact same color. It's almost the same color as the gold. I was thinking it might have been just a little bit different shade of gold, but it's so much the same. So, hey, Jilly. And thanks everybody for being here. Amelie. Anybody else that I missed? Angel Bear, Jacqueline. Thanks for being here. If I miss saying hi to you, I'll try to catch you next time. And I try to skim through my chat and see if there's a lot of, whoever's new, I try to go and find your channel because I can't do it obviously while I'm streaming. But if you're new, I want to make sure and try to find you. So, have you all got to move your own videos over? My videos are already on YouTube. Dot. All my videos are already on YouTube. So I don't have anything to move from Ustream. They're already on YouTube. So, hey Patricia, Karen, thanks guys. We'll see you. We'll see you Wednesday or at someone else's stream. So y'all have a great day. Thanks, guys. Bye.